if you would. You will know within, from within, the sand may goes. Sleep with one eye, creeping your pillow eyes. Never land. The light, baby, that's tonight. And they all so white. There's a war, there's a lies, there's a dragon, there's a hell. It's a thing that will fight. Sleep with one eye open, gripping the real eyes. Never land. Never mind that, know you would. It's just a piece under your bed. In your head. Never land. Want me to be feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me, under the pressure of walking in your shoes. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. Can't you see that you're smothering me, holding too tightly, afraid to lose control? 'Cause everything that you thought I would be is falling apart right in front of you. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. And every second I wasted, more than I can take.
Listen half of the Backstreet Boys. Yeah, I think that's literally the point where music will peak, and it's all downhill from there. How's things? Pretty good, actually. Yeah, I've got went out today, got myself a new screen. Actually, I was smart. I didn't get a monitor because it was cheaper to get like a 19-inch fucking Freeview TV. I just plugged that motherfucker in. Got myself a new printer. It's Friday night. Got the place to myself. I've only been here a week. I've masturbated in every room, including the attic. Three viewers, 3 likes. There you go. This is currently YouTube's most successful video. So we're doing well. Now it's four, but now it's dropped down a bit. But, do you know that fucking YouTube video, the shark dance? So, do you know that has nearly 10 billion views? 10 billion views. Not one of them belongs to me. And I worked this out. Do you know how many 10 billion views is? I worked this out. Take all of my videos on all of my channels, add up all the views, and add 10 billion. Right? That's how many views that is. Right? Oh, we're back down to 3 viewers. There we go. Brilliant. Who are these people who come in and then bugger off immediately? What are they? And if you want to dislike the video, make the most of it while you still can, because obviously, as we know, YouTube's already started getting rid of it. Another universally popular opinion. Well, I think they're still showing over it in the UK. They haven't got to me yet. 3 is a crowd. Well, there's 5 in here now. There's 4 now. Yeah. There's 5 now. 3's a crowd. 5's a fucking a bukkake. Yeah. So how y'all doing? I've got some stuff lined up that we might end up watching. Hopefully, a few more people come in. Well, those of you who have got the link to my MediaFire, to the MediaFire folder with all my old back catalogue in it. I've just added 58 more videos. There's this guy called Jay. I don't know. He's figured out a way to find old videos that I've lost. Basically, if you can find the URL for the video, you can go on the Wayback Machine and still find it. And he's been sending me videos that literally I lost 10 years ago that I was convinced I would never fucking see ever again. You know, and some I fucking didn't even know what they were. You got first for your masters, good boy. Oh, nice to see it. Yeah. White boy does good. Yeah. Because you need that now. Yeah. You need to do well now. Because, thanks to equality and, bloody communists, we have to, now, you had it on your old phone. Well, I just added a folder with getting close. I think there's still videos on there. I've got to, but every couple of weeks I get an email from this guy with another fucking 25 links to videos. I'm like, oh my god, that was one of them. He found it was the original. Was a video I literally lost a month after uploading it, and it was the original. It was the original trailer to. Do you remember ages ago I had this idea for a cartoon called Muslim Shire? Well, I made a trailer for it, and he fucking found it, So yeah, so if you know anywhere where you can find the URL, if you've got any playlists with if you can find any playlists with any old content of mine on it, fucking try that trick, because this motherfucker's the rate he's going, I'm gonna have my entire back catalogue fucking recovered by the end of it. But I had no idea. Hey Silver. Okay, well I'm doing all right, mate. Actually, after five of the most fucking bleak and miserable and fucking depressing months of my fucking life ever, and that's not hyperbole, right? Things suddenly perked up a bit. Where do I find myself, and where did I find salvation? In Bolton. Who'd have thought? And can I just say, right? I've lived in Scotland. I've spent a lot of time up north. It is fucking freezing up here. You could grate cheese on my bollocks, right? It is proper fucking brass monkey weather up here. Jesus, God Almighty, and however, as someone who loves a kebab and a curry, I've definitely come to the right town. You would just watch it. Which Adrian G video? Hey DJ, how you doing, bro? Which Adrian G video? See, I think the live stream response I did is highly underrated. I've actually watched that back a few times. You soft southerner, yeah, soft southerner. Look at me, not liking minus fucking 20 degrees. The Amazon one, yeah, it's a good one. Right. The main problem with Adrian G, apart from, there's lots of problems with Adrian G, but the main problem is I just found him play. Although I've come across a few, there was I saw a video recently that had some some pickup artists, fucking wankers on it that I might have to have a watch. I'm doing well, mate. Yeah, I would love to do more. If I do any more Jesse Ventura conspiracy theory videos, they're going to have to be actual videos, because there's no point doing it on a live stream, because if I do it on a live stream, it will just get shut down after about 90 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I've been in Manchester for most of the last 5 months, and it was like, and it was fine, it was, I mean, I'll say this about Manchester, I love how in Manchester, it never just, it either doesn't rain, or all the rain. Right, that's all we got. It's either no rain or all the rain. It's like it's like fucking rain. It's big old fat rain. I mean, if I do, maybe I could. I don't know if they reckon. I don't know if they'll recognise the audio, because I could play. No, the thing is, I've lived in Scotland. I lived in Scotland for a couple of years. I lived in Dunfermline. What happened about the papers? What happened about the? I mean, he went. I mean, I can't remember what the fucking result was, but he went to court. I think he was found. I think he was found guilty. He fucking better have done. Otherwise, I'm going to demand that they fucking let me. I'm going to keep serving him until he fucking. He gets sued that much. I wanted to hire myself out. I was like, say, look, if you're going to sue Tommy Robinson, right, I won't, it doesn't cost me anything, but just insist that the papers have to be served by me. Yeah. It wasn't so much the serving of the papers. I mean, that was interesting. That was weird. It was the week that followed that was. Yes, I did, Remick. Thank you very much, mate. It was the week that followed. I got 1,300 death threats in a week. I worked this out. It works out as one death threat every 13 minutes. I got over a week. And I don't know if you've noticed this, folks, but I'm still alive. I did a gig in Inverness, one of the weirdest fucking nice gig, but I stayed in this bed and breakfast in Inverness, and I had to get up early the next day, so it's like 7 a.m. and I did the gig on a Saturday night, and went back to the B&B late at midnight. Woke up about 7, went down and had breakfast, and I was the only one in the restaurant area. And the woman who owned the place, she says, what time did you get back? And I was like, because everyone in Inverness talks like Billy Connolly. Like, what time did you get back last night? And I was like, about 11:30, midnight. She's like, oh, did you see anyone hanging around? Anyone, around the house? I went, no. I was like, well, what's the problem? She went, some bastard killed my fucking cat last night. And I'm like, and she sort of looked at me. I'm like, she looked at me as if to say, wait, you think I fucking did this, right? Do you think? Do I sound like? Do you think I've come all the way to Inverness on a Saturday night like some fucking assassin just to murder your cat? And someone killed a cat. They didn't just. It wasn't killed like it got hit by a car or something. Like someone literally poisoned it and laid it out. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in Inverness? What did this woman do? Does it not make me a bit wary? Death threats don't make me wary. I mean, dude. I mean, anyone who's going to kill you isn't going to tell you. I had one when I was in Scotland. I had a death threat put through my front door, written by hand with pen. No envelope. No stamp. No address. So that meant the person who wrote it went up to my door and put it in. I've had gigs cancelled because of bomb threats, and death. And I had a geezer turn up once. I went to get the police in for one fucking gig I was doing because this guy threatened to come up, and he was known for being a fucking lunatic. And he fucking turns up with a fucking waving a katana and a jerry can full of petrol. But you know, what am I going to do? Stop? I must be doing something. You know, if that's the level you have to get to. I mean, if you are involved in any form of political movement that seeks to bring about change, and you see me as a threat, you've already lost, didn't you? It's like it's you know. It's like it'd be like Al Qaeda after they do 9/11, and the following year they put some fireworks in a bin. You know what I mean? I knew a guy once who worked at the he was a psychiatric he was a psychiatrist, and he worked at the Maudsley, which is London's top mental. I don't know how you get to be the top mental. We've got the best nutters. Yeah. But I remember him telling me a story when the care in the community thing, when they would, they experimented with letting the inmates sort of like out into the public, but they still had to be observed. And he said the lowest point in his life was the moment when was the day where he had to spend, about 6 hours following and observing from a distance a paranoid schizophrenic to see whether or not he still thought he was being followed. And he was like, "What can you do? I can't forget. I mean, he is. It's me. I mean, do I still do stand up? I did a gig. I've actually just started, looking at gigs. I mean, to be honest, I mean, like COVID killed most gigs, and for a long time. And then it's like a lot of gigs died, and it's almost like a reset. But like I will be, But now I'm settled. I will be because Manchester's got a very nice, a good little circuit. So as soon as I get into next year, I will definitely. I think killed the live entertainment industry. It just fucking killed a lot of it, but it also opened. It also forced a lot of people who needed to carry on doing it. To be quite sort of to do things that they hadn't done before. Like now, so many stand-up gigs have they the only way they could do any kind of stand-up was through live streaming on the internet. Well, now they've, even though gigs have started, they continue to do it because they've realised, hey, that's a great idea. If you're having a live show, why not also have a camera at the back, and then people can come in and. Well, the amount of money, and also the amount of money. Well, part of the problem with the entertainment industry had is the amount of money the Tories were willing to give to try and save the entertainment industry was less than what they gave Tim Martin at Witherspoons. As I've said before, I'm one of the few people for whom the entire the whole sort of lockdown thing and the pandemic had zero effect because I never go out. If I do go out, it's normally late at night or early morning when no one else is around. I spend all my time indoors. If I was one of this country who didn't watch the fucking news, I wouldn't even know. Oh well. Oh yeah, I saved that song. There's a video, a bloody awful video that Sargon made. Has anyone seen these? Remember a couple of months ago, Sargon made this video about this, well, it wasn't about. Well, it was about the same old shit Sargon talks about, but it was like it was inspired by this meme of a woman showing off her abs. There you go, mate. Hey, listen, look. Everyone always said, when I was young and I was growing up, as I got older and older, people were like, "Come on, Rich, you've got to start, you've got to start saving your money. You've got to start, getting a career and sort of, maybe get on a property ladder, get yourself, So and what happened? And I did none of it, right? And who's the dummy now? Who's the fucking, the economy's crashed. I've got no property. I've got no fucking savings. I've got no mortgage, right? I've got no career to fucking lose. I work for myself, right? I've got fuck all. And you know what? And whenever there's an economic collapse or a depression, there are two economic classes that are unaffected: the super rich and the fucking skint. Right? Who's the dummy now? Right? Yeah, there's the Alex Jones. It wasn't the Alex Jones challenge. It was just, I think it was the actor. Yeah, it was just me. And also the original. I did this video years ago called "How Much Bullshit Can You Handle," which was one of the last ever what were called tag videos. Always look on the bright side. Exactly. I started out with nothing, and I've almost got most of it left. Hey, darling. How are you? MIT. Oh, don't care, man. Here's the other thing as well. Whenever the pound drops in value to the dollar, I make more money because most of my income comes from Patreon, which is an American company. So the weaker the pound is to the dollar, the more fucking money I make. Basically, I've got every, pretty much. I should probably, if I was not smart, I should really just continue voting fucking Tory. Whoa! There we go. You didn't have anything to say. You just enjoy watching my videos. Well, there you go. Well, you don't need anything to say because this thing about my videos is I say the correct response to my videos is that is true. Everything he said is right. I have nothing to add. Well, it's on the channel now, DJ. You can, if you go and I uploaded it on here earlier. The only reason I did, the only reason I didn't put it up here at the time is because I didn't have anything to fucking edit a video together. I bought this fucking shitty little tiny laptop, thinking, that just so I could like plug it in. And no, apparently this is one of those ones you can't plug it into an HDMI. It doesn't take it. Also, it's called an 8-speed stream. And this fucking thing, Christ, if you open two fucking apps on it, it has it disintegrates and has a nervous breakdown. This fucking thing, like it's got about 30 gigabytes of RAM, and when you buy it, 25 of them were already taken up. And within an hour, it's somehow fucking got no space left. And I'm like, what are you doing? Where's this all coming from? Right. No, for God's sake. fucking OBS. Right, here we go. That's better. There he is. There's little Carl. I say little, you know. Your phone has more RAM. Yes, fucking, yeah. My fucking ZX81 had one. I had an Atari Sinclair C5 that had more. You've gone off, Carl. Good. Progress, you know. Yeah, Carl's one of those people that, you know, he's it's quite interesting. Like so many people, I recently, you know, in the last, like I say recently, I said over the last like sort of this year, I discovered the community of right wingers. YouTube's not receiving enough video. Well, I've got it set how you want it. Fucking, you know, I discovered the community. You know, I was always banging on about left wingers. Yeah. See, this, well, is that better? See, this is the problem. YouTube says we're not receiving enough video, and then it won't tell me what to do. This isn't Bolton internet, trust me. You know. That's it. I'll go in this corner, sort of dominating. So I can look down. I can flick bogies at him from. I'll look Wardorf and Statler. Okay. Anyone in the room, when it says it's not receiving enough video, does that mean I have to increase the bitrate or lower the bitrate? Because YouTube never tells me. No, I never choose to. I've never watched. You know, it's probably like the second or third time in my life I've actually watched Sargon. You know, lower it. Right, I've lowered it. I just lowered it from. I've lowered it from 2,500 to 1,500. See if that does anything. In fact, like I said before, the first 3 video responses I ever made to Sargon, I made them without watching the video that I was responding to, just to make a point of like, this is how fucking useless he is. This is how This is how predictable and obvious and fucking, you know. Yeah, any more donations will be welcome. I've been watching a lot of fucking Dark Side Phil fucking ownage videos this week, so I watched that and thought, Christ, I thought I was bad. I remember Sargon once did a fucking live stream. It was about a fortnight long, and at one point, like in the middle, he spent about 30 seconds, in the middle of it, talking about Bernie Sanders, sort of saying, and he basically, you didn't sing his praises or anything, but he just basically said, like, he liked some of his stuff, he's borderline reasonable, and the entire live stream was just hugely thumbed down, and everyone was just like going. And immediately, what does Cole do? He's fucking, and that's the thing that annoys me. It's like I said before. I don't care. It's not, the thing I find most fucking objectionable about anyone is someone who's disingenuous, right? You can, if you believe, you could believe the most abhorrent, fucking objectionable shit on earth, but if I know that you mean it, then I can talk to that person. It's when you get these fuckers who, as soon as they get some pushback, they immediately fucking make a video backtracking or trying to fucking. Are there any YouTubers? I think they're all. I think most of the ones I fucking used to own are still around. I mean, Onision's still around. It's just not worth it, I think Martin J. Willett's still around. Thunderfoot's still around, although for the last few years, the stuff he's been making has been fine with me. Hold on, right. Oh shit! I've just fucking shut it down. You fucking knob. You knob, Coughlin. Thunderfoot. Yeah. Well, I said, Thunderfoot. Like, it's Oh shit. I was going to do something on Aureni, wasn't I? I was going to do, because I found all those fucking podcasts he's been making in secret. A couple of months back, there was literally like.
We're live.
We're live. Yes, we are, Carl. Shut the fuck up. You fuck. Look at that. Look at him. Look at this fucking knob. Oh, dude. DJ, you weren't here for when I've had one encounter with AIU, and it was one of the fucking. It was in a live stream. It was one of the funniest fucking live streams ever. Like, there was someone in. Someone came in to my live stream and just said, "What do you think of Atheism is Unstoppable?" And I don't watch his videos, right? Because it's not my cup of tea, right? So I just sort of said, I don't watch him. It's not really, not really interested. Not my thing, right? This person That was it. That's all I said. Was I don't watch his videos. Not my cup of tea. And this person who I said this to then went on Twitter, linking my live stream, tagging Atheism Unstoppable, saying, "Oh, Koffler's on a live stream talking shit about you," and he comes in, and it was so fucking fun. He like comes in all bluster, calling me he called me he threatened me. He was calling me a faggot and a homo. He was saying, "What's your fucking like?" I'm like, dude. I said I don't watch your videos because it's not my. I mean, I'd have thought you would have been okay with that because why on earth would you want me to like your fucking videos? You know, he was asking me where I lived, saying I'm like, dude, here's my fucking. I linked him. Sent him a Google Map link to my exact address. Like, say, pop around any time you want. I'll have the kettle on. And that was it. And it was, other than that, it was so. I was like, what the fucking hell is wrong with this guy? Like, that's just not fucking, No, but it's like if I was watching, if I heard that AIU was asked, what do you think of Dick Gotham? And he said, I think he's a fucking useless, worthless sack of shit. That one. I do have a copy of it. Hold on, let me. I don't have a copy of the live stream. No, I don't. I'll tell you what, I don't have a copy of the live stream, but I do have I did manage. I made a video the next day about it because the entire live stream got its sound fucking removed. Let me see if I can find. Wait, it's still saying it's still saying it ain't got enough fucking. I'm going to put it down to 1,000. There we go. See if that works. Let me see if I have. Or is it on my Google Drive? He is fond of himself, or someone's got to be, isn't there? One of that guy, he found the first ever Cult of Dusty video I did back in fucking, which was back in like 2012. Yeah, when making an anti-Cult of Dusty video would get you a lot of shite. He found a couple of old Martin J. Willett videos as well. For God's sake. Well, I'm struggling to put my hand on it at the moment. Hold on. I will find it. Don't worry. I will find it. Meanwhile, shall we watch this pile of shit that Sargon made? It's 40 minutes long, so this should take up. We should be here till Tuesday.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Excuse me, I beg your pardon.
Leave a few minutes before we get started.
Oh, great. So, go on, Carl. I've got all day.
Even though it's past my bedtime. 11 o'clock.
You do cocaine, mate, and you've got live Jasmine cam girls to fucking sit up and watch, and you're on the sofa anyway. So
Nearly on a Saturday night. What am I doing up?
that is a very good question. What are you ever doing up?
That's the question.
That is the question.
Well, I'm going to be responding to
You're sitting up making a pile of shit. Is what you're doing.
a drama I got roped into.
But no. No one ever gets roped into a drama. Everyone who enters into drama does it by choice.
Even though I wasn't really involved in it.
You never are you? You weren't involved in anything. Well, you're the most uninvited man ever.
But, we may as well explore it.
He lost weight. He's wearing black. That's it. Right? Have you seen him wearing pastel? He's a chunky little fucker. Yeah.
A bit, I think. Because there's a lot of sensitivity on all sides.
Is there really? Captain fucking bloody hell. There's sensitivity on all sides here. And of course, Carl is going to do what he does best, which is unite everyone on these oversensitive sides, who ironically are all united as one, on the fact that he is a prick.
And I think that both sides are speaking past one another.
Do you really? Well.
And like the radical centrist that I am, I think I can at least try and bring these two to an understanding, perhaps. Because it involves
radical centrist. He's still playing this fucking bullshit, is he? He's still trying it, right? He's still trying it. I'm a centrist. You're not a centrist, Carl. Again, this is something like, just fucking own it, would you? Please. Just own what you are, right? You're not a centrist. And stop fucking propagating this stupid idea that centrism is another word for moderate or reasonable. It isn't.
On all sides. And I can see
he's an intellectual, just like I'm a Winnie Mandela lookalike.
Sort of bad blood forming in certain ways, because
you've got more bad blood, Carl, for you. There's more bad blood out there than Magic Johnson.
A lack of understanding.
It's a lack of understanding. Did you realise that? Apparently, the right and the left, the problem is there is a lack of understanding. I think in your case, Carl, the problem you've got is people understand far too well
each other's position. And
no, I understand, Carl.
It doesn't have to be that this is the case.
I think all of you should agree with me.
Yes, and so I'm going to do my part to try.
He will fail.
And merely explain what I think is.
If he was in the Try, he is the political discourse like what Zach is in the Try Guys. He tries. He almost always fails, but he tries.
Happening, and I will try to make it concise.
He says in a 40-minute video.
At least I can see that things are working. Gotta make sure I don't boomer the whole thing, because you know that I don't do my own tech stuff now.
Oh God! Look! Oh, it doesn't do its own tech stuff now. It's too busy fucking racking lines of Charlie up.
For good reason, and for everyone else's benefit. So this began a few weeks ago when,
long ago, in a land far away, a mole had been working very hard all morning. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It is.
Who I'm friends with all of these people.
You're not. They all hate you, right? You have no friends, right? Nobody likes you.
That's the thing. And I like all of their content. I watch all of their content on a regular basis.
Yeah. That doesn't mean anything. God. They've now just fucking started to question their own self-worth. Right? Do you know the first video of Carl's I ever watched was when he got 100,000 subs. I think this was in 2015. He did a shout-out video shouting out like 15, 20 channels. One of them was me. It was like fucking. One of these things is not like the other. 19 fucking fascist bootlicking shitlords and me stuffed in the middle there.
So I don't want anyone to.
And it was a bloody. It was a. And I didn't thank him for it because he had 100,000 subs and he gave me a shout out and I didn't even notice. I mean, you should notice, shouldn't you?
Feel called out or anything like that, because this is not what I intend to do here.
No, this is not what I do. I don't call people out.
So,
do you?
There's a YouTuber called Academic Agent.
Oh, right, he sounds like a cunt.
And he made a video.
Did he really? Well, fuck my pubic hair.
Because he's transitioned somewhat from being...
Oh, has he now? Well, lovely.
Free market capitalist to traditionalist.
Not really much of a fucking transition, that is it, Carl?
Shall we say. And he, in this traditionalist mold...
Just traditionalist. What does that even fucking mean? I bet he's about 19 as well. Fucking wanker.
With this traditionalist lens, is looking at the state of...
Old fart. Why don't I just say that? Right, it said traditionalist. You're an old fart. Huh? You want nothing to change.
Modernity, and is not very impressed with what he finds.
He looked at modernity and is not very impressed by what he finds. Let's just consider that sentence. He looked at modernity. Like, as in, literally, the present. So presumably, Carl, you're going to invent time travel now, are you?
And you can hardly blame him, because modernity is pretty gross. And
is it really? Well, aren't you alive now, Carl? Are you alive now? So you're part of the problem, really, aren't you?
Quite unimpressive compared to, well, anything in the past.
Anything in the past. Anything in the past. Modern life is different to anything in the past. Any time, pick any time, bubonic plague, anything. Right. Anything. Consider that. Nothing. You know, the one good thing about the past is I wouldn't be sat here watching your fucking stupid fucking discount Chris Rea looking face.
Which at least had some dignity about it.
Did it really? The past had dignity. Yeah. Well, can you imagine Carl growing? Carl's the same age as me, right? Do you remember? Which means you must remember the 80s, Carl. The first decade of your life would have been the 80s. The 1980s was literally men wearing as much makeup and hairspray and as many fucking women's clothes and new romantics and makeup and fucking mascara and fucking all, you know. That was the 80s, right? There was dignity. Was that dignity, was it?
But anyway, so it begins with this picture.
Right. Okay. I'm going to be honest.
Now, I don't know how well you can see that.
I can see it perfectly well. It's a dick with another dick coming out of its mouth, licking a washboard.
But this was in response to someone posting a woman posting a picture.
A woman? Pick one, Carl. Which was it, eh? Was it a girl? Was it a woman? You know? Doesn't matter. Depends on the child, really, doesn't it?
Picture of their abs on Twitter.
What, a picture of her abs? Well, you know, Carl is going to fucking talk about abs. Right. Now, don't get me wrong, listen, Carla's got abs. Everyone's got abs. Carla's got abs. Of course, they're behind 2 decades worth of cheeseburgers and nachos, but the abs are there. And I will give Carl credit for this. I admire the fact that this motherfucker can make so many videos sitting there making so many snidey comments about other people's fucking physical state.
And someone had obviously drawn this, and
did they really, Carl? No, that was definitely taken with a cat pic. That's a photograph if ever I've seen one. Fucking someone drew this.
He took exception to this.
Did he really? Oh, so he's a fucking twat, is it?
And
he took exception. Women with muscles, what are they going to do? They don't have to lift anything.
That's funny. That's very, very funny.
It is. Is it really? Thank God you told me, Carl.
But his exception wasn't wrong.
His exception wasn't wrong. I think it was. So so there is some fucking something in Carl's head that thinks it's reasonable to take exception to a woman posting a picture. Presumably she does fitness and stuff like that. It wasn't just like, it was like, fucking hell, look what I found, you know.
And so,
or either that, or, you know, or maybe they're talking about abs from 5. Remember 5? Yeah.
As you can see, you have some sock puppet thing.
I know what it fucking is, Carl. It's not exactly a fucking, this ain't complicated, this ain't exactly MC Escher.
Licking a woman's abs and a bunch of young men on Twitter posting this and cooming over it.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, young men looking at women on the internet, well, that's the fucking, there's no dignity in that, is there? So it's your bookmarks again, Carl.
And this sent him into something of an apoplectic rage, and this lasted.
I'm angry on Twitter. Well,
for days and days and days.
And this guy, you know this guy, do you? Right, okay, that makes sense.
This went on into weeks, and somehow I got dragged into this, and I was like, right, okay.
Because it's probably you. Oh. He's probably one of your fucking long-serving subscribers. He's probably got your he's like that geezer in Alan Partridge. He's got your tattoo on your fucking, you know. You're going to go see his brother in Leeds next week.
Because I watched his video on this.
Did you?
And I was on the toilet, as I watch most YouTube videos.
Yeah, I'll get you on the toilet, yeah.
As these days. And this, in the first couple of...
The comment, we are a civilization in steep decline. You're underselling the total collapse quite significantly. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Right. See, what this is, and I've mentioned this before, I'll mention it again, this is a cultural phenomenon, right, that everyone should look up and learn about, called cultural pessimism. It basically means that, you know, every generation gets to a point where they think everything's going to pot, to ratchet, it's all coming to an end. It happens every fucking time. Right? Happens every generation, every decade, ever since the dawn of time.
Minutes before the video started, before I knew anything about it.
Because you only watch 5 minutes of fucking video, Carl. Maybe you should not. That's why you only watch 5 minutes of every YouTube video, because you only watch it on the toilet. And that's how long it takes you to fucking pop one out, doesn't it?
He said something like, you know, we're a civilization in steep decline, and so
So Carl, get this. Carl said, he said, right, he said it's a civilization of stupid decline, and Carl, Oscar Wilde, possessed his very soul, and he said
They had posted just the thing saying you're underselling the total collapse quite significantly.
whatever.
Because we are in a total collapse of our civilization.
Yes, we are, Carl. And you've done so much to fucking help, haven't you? What's your contribution to levelling things out? Was it when you masterminded one of what might be the worst electoral campaign I have ever seen in my fucking life? A couple of years ago. Like, when would it be then, Carl? Right? Was it when you made that video that I made a fucking 2-hour absolute epic destruction of about cuckoldry? Was that it? Is that your contribution, is it?
And it's not fun to say, it's not good news.
Well, it is for you, because that's your entire fucking market. That's all. You and ISIS. You've got the same audience. They're just different colours.
It's just happening, and we're doing nothing about it.
What do you mean we? What do you mean this we are doing nothing about it? What are you doing? Chocolate bloody blood nuts is what you're doing, you fucking...
If you're okay with the collapse of civilization, then you're probably like, hey...
And if you're underneath it.
Hey, this allows me to coom even more, whatever it is. And
he said coom. Yeah, I know, I thought he said something else too. Right.
And I mean, there are so many examples of this, but one of the examples...
many examples of this, of random shit. Just random shit I'm going to pull out. Random shit, fucking, what is it now?
Linked in the description is this video talking about women and sugar daddies.
Oh my god, because that's such an original concept, isn't it? Sugar daddies. Now, don't worry, Carl. You ain't got to worry about sugar daddies, right? What? Can I ask? What fucking on what reality that you live on do you have any fucking investment in the idea or the notion of sugar daddies? Rich old men, right, looking for women who are 1/4 their age, and thinking, fuck it, I'll play with your plonker for the next 10 years if I get some fucking dough out of it. Why not? You've got two people, they're both getting something out of it. Right? They're both getting what they want out of it. Is it shallow? Yes. Is it deep? No, but that's not what it's about. You just saw the word sugar and got excited, didn't you?
Which is really sad. I'll summarise it by...
Carl has sugar babies. Well, he has some other bloke's sugar babies.
Just saying, essentially, Generation Z have been caught by the millennials who are totally subverted...
Of which you are one.
...by the social justice warriors into being...
Can we just fucking dissect that one? Generation Z have been convinced by millennials who have been subverted by the social justice warriors in conjunction with the reverse vampires and George Soros.
Purely materialist psychopaths who are unable to form proper emotional and romantic...
Materialist psychopaths unable to form, says the coke-snorting cam girl whore.
...addictions, and also they've been taught to hate men. And so...
No, Carl, you contribute. That is a fucking area of modern society you have definitely contributed to. What with you being a man and very, very hateable. I hate the fact that I hate men like you. Do you know why? Because too many men out there are fucking like you, and based on your subscriber numbers, that fucking bears that out. And people like me have to fucking apologise up front.
But there are millions of young women using various apps and stuff.
Oh no, they're using apps. Who let the women have that? Who let the women use apps? Yeah, bearing in mind, this all stems from a photograph of a woman's abdominal muscles. As women bodybuilders. He doesn't build his body, he more just sort of piles it together.
But covered in this article by Zoe Strimple, where they just hate men and see them as transactional.
Excuse me, are these men, these sugar daddies, these men, are these men completely fucking innocent in that regard? Are they not also viewing these women as nothing? Like, because they're not. Notice that the women on the sugar daddy websites, they're all like 23, 22. They're all very young. You know, they're a lot younger, a lot hotter, a lot firmer, right? And you act like these men are completely and utterly innocent. Like these men are delusional. They're not. They know exactly. Both parties in this relationship. No one has any moral high ground here, right? They're only with them because they're rich, and they can sit on their ass fingering themselves and watch Trisha all day. And he's only with her because she's too young to remember the fucking Ninja Turtles.
Jobs, basically.
Yes.
Everything.
Rational self-interest, I believe Ayn Rand called that, Carl.
Through the lens of, what do I have to do for how much time to get...
For a guy who sits on his arse and makes about $100,000 a fucking year talking bollocks, right, to a bunch of fucking angry virgins, right? It's a bit fucking rich, Carl, isn't it?
X amount of money out of a man that I hate. And the men...
They don't hate. There's no hate there. Right? There's no hate. It's just understood. What's he on about? Bollocks is what he's doing. He's doing what he always does. He's looking at any interaction between a man and a woman, right, that is different or unique or not traditional, and he's finding some way to blame the woman, right?
Men are sad and lonely. Really.
They're not sad and lonely, right? I'm sure they could find. I'm sure they could find plenty of women. They probably think, you know what? If I'm going to have a woman who's going to be with me, just for me money, that doesn't bother me because I've got other shit to do. But it would be nice to have, it would be nice to have something to fucking, play with me plonker at fucking once every blue moon. She can bang the Guatemalan gardener.
Lonely and just want some female company. They just want a woman to listen to them for a bit. And
what the fucking hell? God Almighty! These men just want someone to listen to them. And these men are so fucking stupid. They literally go on websites called sugardaddy.com. The name should...
They're like, okay, fine, X amount of, $5,000 or whatever. And so the women are making out like bandits. This, of course, means that young men in the sort of age bracket that they would have usually dated...
They could. Why don't they bang some older women? Have you not heard of sugar mamas, Carl? Have you not heard of the concept of like older rich women having the same thing, having younger men around? Have you not heard of that? No, you haven't, have you?
I've got very difficult dating prospects. It's very, very difficult for them not to be incels because
it's very difficult for them not to be incels, Carl, because they have all the charm, charisma, and fucking joy and hope of a fucking Russian contrafloat system.
Women, and again, millions of them in America and Britain are apparently using these dating sites.
So, what? I love how he thinks that this is a new thing. Old rich men dating young hot women. This is a fucking... Carl's never heard of this, right? This was invented This was invented by millennials, and this is the social justice. What the fucking hell are you talking about? I've never heard such shite in my life.
Daddy sites. I don't think we should call them dating sites because they're not.
They are dating sites. It's still a date, just because it's a date just because it's convenience. Just because it's a date with certain conditions doesn't mean it's not a date.
And is, of course, not to form a relationship and become a part of what we would have traditionally considered to be society. The goal is merely just to take advantage of an opportunity.
Yes, Carl. That's what they do. That's what everyone does. You see an opportunity. Someone's there. But again, he's acting like these men don't understand, don't know this. But do you think these men are so fucking stupid that they don't realise that They know, Carl. They ain't stupid.
And so
they just don't care.
You're stuck with this generation that just doesn't understand.
This generation, like everyone's doing this. Like everyone's fucking like this is just common practice. You go out now, all you can see, you can't move for fucking. It's just 19-year-old fucking Eastern European underwear models banging octogenarians.
What it is to have a relationship, what it is to love someone, and
you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, the way Carl loves life, Jasmine.
As the women themselves say, as interviewed by Zoe, they hate men. They just hate men. They openly.
Did they say that? Right. Did they? And who cares? And if they're being open and honest about it, what's the problem? Right? Do you think any of the fucking, do you think the women you talk to on webcams fucking like you? No, I bet they ask for a fucking night off, whatever fucking night you're fucking logged in.
Profess the hatred of men, is that right? And so when you realise, okay, you've got on this.
Well, all these men are fucking egalitarian, fucking raging egalitarian male feminists, aren't
they? On one dating site that does this, there are 4 million young women using it. It's like, wow, that's a lot.
It really isn't, Carl. How many women there are in the world? 3.5 billion. Do you know how many of your audience have had sex with? None. Statistically, that's really quite phenomenal, isn't it?
That's a lot of young women using it. I realise that's just upper strata.
Well, here's an idea. Make a lot of money, 20 years, and then start banging your way through them.
It's just ones who are attractive enough to do it. There's going to be a lower strata of ones who Karen points out in this video. They're not attractive to do it, but they're the ones at the protests. They are the ones at the window.
Oh my god, here we go. Carl's fucking talking about, What you're saying is people who get involved in any kind of, I don't know, sort of activism in any way, like maybe join a political party, are the less attractive of their type. Is that what you're saying, Carl?
Marches. They still hate men. They still view relationships with men as purely power interactions. And this is quite concerning.
Is it really? Oh, wow. How dare they? How dare they?
Especially as it's not like the birth rates are doing very well as it is. We are in a demographic collapse. And you can say, well, why do you care?
Well, then, maybe you should be... Why don't you stop making videos and go and get another bloody kid instead of, or at least get some other... at least get another geezer who had one of your other kids to fucking, pop another one out that you can look after.
Well, I mean, I'd like a pension. I'd like to be able to go to an.
Well, there is not a woman there is no amount of money. Like, you could have fucking Koch brothers plus Bezos plus Soros plus you could have all plus Elon Musk. You could have all the money, and you could be a fucking infinity billionaire, right? There ain't enough money in the world.
folks' home and have it staffed when I'm older.
You know, I remember Anna Nicole Smith. Right? Remember Anna Nicole Smith and Howard J. Marshall? Right? She married, like, she was like 30 years old, former Playboy. She was like a former Playboy bunny, fucking, you know, blonde hair, massive fucking tits, right? She was like, and she married some like 93-year-old fucking oil billionaire. And like 9 months later, he died, and he left her $600 million fucking dollars. And you know what? Fucking fair play to her. I bet she earned every fucking penny of that. Good on her, I say.
But anyway, so the point is,
Yeah, what's this got to do with this woman's fucking abdominal muscles?
I was not talking about licking abs because we haven't got to this part.
You are what you eat, aren't you?
Since that has been the position ascribed to me, let's talk about it because I think there is.
So now I've created the straw man. Now I've you know completely and utterly built this sand foundation castle of absolute horseshit. Now let's talk about it as if it's actually real.
Something more to this. So I mean, this LA made the video, but I got all the memes. Okay, fine, that's fine. And so let's talk about
That's fine. I'm not bothered. It's fine. Honestly, I don't. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I'm fucking. I don't care. It's not fucking.
Men and women, shall we? This.
Oh, here we go. Some fucking picture from the 90s. Because this doesn't happen anymore. When did you last see that? Man and a woman with 2 kids. Never happens, doesn't it? And they ain't hers. Look at those fucking kids. Red hair.
Is a traditional woman.
That's a traditional woman. Yes, that is a traditional woman, Carl. That is what most women are. Traditional women, right there. 2-dimensional. In the kitchen, whilst the husband sits there just waiting for the kids to go to bed so he can smack her about.
Is traditionally a Western interpretation of what he...
Is it really, Carl? It's a Western. What fucking neo-Nazi website did you download this image from? In fact, fucking... Can anyone find... Can we find this fucking... Hold on. Is there any way I can get that image and do a reverse image search? Hold on. I haven't got any... Hold on. No, I can't find this. I'm trying to find the snipping tool. Someone try and find this fucking photo. Right, I guarantee. I will bet my bollocks to a fucking plant. Hold on, I'll fucking. You just Google what the fuck it is. Okay, hold on. So. No. I'd say that's from the 50s, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Right. Oh, no. Oh, fuck, if I had it then. I mean, I found a load of pictures like it. See, where do they come from? Oh, look, they're from ANCAP WordPress, yeah. VintageHousewife.me, yeah. "1950s nuclear family art." Yeah, there's loads of them here, yeah. You find one of the searches that brings them up is 1950s American propaganda, 1950s. You should know what that is, can't you? AmericanDream.com. Oh God, it's got to be somewhere. Hold on. I'm determined to find this fucking thing out. I mean, I've found 1,000,001 bloody pictures like it. All of them on horseshit websites.
Traditional female beauty
You notice that woman's not real, Carl.
is attractive woman with her husband.
Woman beauty. How do you know? How do you know who she is? You don't know anything about her. You know nothing about her. That could be their Uncle Alan in drag.
And then her family. It's quite wholesome looking, isn't it?
Yes. It's a painting, Carl. Are you telling me that this doesn't exist anymore? Man, woman, 2 kids.
Good luck getting that.
Says the man who's married with 2 kids, well, 1.5 kids. Yeah.
You're in trouble. But this isn't, unique. You can look at an African depiction of what a beautiful woman is. She's feminine, graceful.
If you was in a John Lewis ad, but you'd be losing your fucking shit.
Not hyper-muscular.
I mean, not hyper. Yes, African women, well known for being fucking not being very strong, is it? In it, Well, it's traditional. Stop. What is tradition? How do you know that's traditional? Where's that from then, Carl? What country is that from? What era? What's the influence of that? What's that style called? No, Carl just sees a black person with a stick and a fucking couple of rings on a thing, and he thinks, "Oh look." His whole experience of African culture is watching Coming to America. Someone find this one as well. What's this like? Okay, Shutterstock.com. Hold on. Let me. Okay, hold on. If I can see the fucking number. You could at least get rid of the Shutterstock. Fucking Shutterstock. 131 764 9868. Yeah, I found it. Here we are. Where is it? Beautiful, confident African woman with intricate hair wearing an African print dress holding a wooden stick confidently. That's literally what it says. And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that exactly what Carl just fucking described? Oh look, let's look at some more with the same model, right? Because obviously that is. Let's look at. Oh look, here's one with the same model. Like, that's look at her. Yeah, with her hair up, short, wearing a suit and a bow tie, right? Doesn't look very. I mean, what is he talking about, Carl? So black women have to go around looking like that. I mean, at least that's a woman.
That, isn't it? You go all around the world. Women have a
Carl, I know what women look like.
particular kind of idealized form.
Idealized form.
It's not this.
Right. No, but no one posted that, Carl. What, so women aren't allowed to do some fucking sit-ups now?
That's not very womanly.
It's not womanly. Having abs. So let me get this straight, Carl. You're saying that women should be people. It's womanly to have abdominal muscles. This coming from a man who has a pair of tits, I find that quite hilarious.
It's actually very manly. What we treat.
Is it really? Go on, lift your shirt up then. Go on. Do the truffle shuffle, lard ass.
And usually considered to be a man. Now, it's because, and this has been folded into the term tomboy. Now, this is not what a tomboy is. A tomboy is a traditional woman of some sort, something that looks like a traditional woman that just dresses slightly.
Have you ever looked anything up ever in your life, Carl? Right. Here we go. Let's see. A pictorial. Here we are. This is interesting. A history of muscular women. This is an article in the Atlantic. It starts with Venus. Oh, look at that, Venus. Venus with biceps, chronicling nearly 200 years of socio-cultural narrative on a strong female physique. Now, among the earliest strong women whose names have come down to us is the subject of this Elise Sepharan Luftmann, sort of man in her name, even just to wind him up, from the German-speaking region of Bohemia. That's from the 1830s. Belgian strong women. There's got to be some from Iceland. All the strong people come from Iceland. There's an entire book here covering like 200 years of like women with. I mean, I'm sorry. This is what the fucking hell.
Be less feminine than most other women. They don't tend to wear makeup. They wear baggy clothes. It's not that
Billie Eilish then.
They're bulked like they're steroid-using psychos.
Also, apparently, having defined abdominal muscles means you're a steroid-using psycho. Is that a fact, Carl?
Anyway, so this whole thing became very interesting to look at, because if there's one thing you can say about the people doing this on Twitter, is that they're not being manly. Whatever this sock puppet is, it's not an avatar of manliness. Now, you might not care about that. You might say, well, this is just Twitter. Twitter's not real life.
Twitter's not real life, right? No, sadly, Carl, this is real life. I tell myself every day, this ain't. I'm like David after the dentist. Like, is this real life?
Twitter isn't real life. Academic Agent disagrees. He thinks Twitter is real life.
Well, it's real people having real interactions and generally talking about real stuff, Carl.
But that's his prerogative.
That's his prerogative. And do you know who else has a prerogative, Carl? Right, women.
It's not wrong about the declining standards of masculinity, and
what is a woman? I'm sorry. Can we just? How can I wish I could make? Maybe I'm just too jaded, but I'd love to be able to look at something so innocuous and fucking utterly irrelevant as a photograph of a woman's abdominal muscles and go, how do you think that woman in that picture, there were 2 kids in that picture, assuming they're both hers, not that you know what having 2 kids is like, but assuming those 2 kids are hers, how do you think she fit back into that size 8 dress?
Is outside of the Twitter bubble quite sad to see, and it is concerning that our civilizations are being run by
just Twitter bubble. I get it. That's because you're banned from Twitter, innit? That's why, innit? That's why you're fucking. That's why you're sour on it, because you still fucking butter over the fact you got banned.
who view masculinity as a pathology. You can see this over and over in anywhere in acting.
That woman who posted that photo is pathologically masculine. I'm sorry, if you are someone, I don't care, I don't give a fuck. Anything else this guy might have said that may have made sense at any point, right? But if you're sat there, anyone who is sat there listening to this and going, yeah, I'm sorry, you're a twat. You're a fucking worthless sack of shit. There's just, I have nothing. This is beneath refutation to the point that I'm actually going to stop watching it because fuck my fucking bony white fucking sweaty ass, right? I am not going to sit here and subject myself to another 30 minutes of listening to him fucking piss and moan to his fucking morbidly obese fucking balls of fucking greasy acne-ridden fucking balls of rage fucking sexually repellent fucking audience, about what is masculine and no, they're not. You need true individuals. Okay? You don't have to be individual, What do you mean individual? You mean people who are, we all are. I've never met 2 people who are identical. I've met a lot of people who are close, but when you break people down, everyone's got something, separates them from someone else, No matter what you fucking, even like, I've seen Scientologists like having minor disagreements over nuances of the fucking of Xenu chucking the fucking frozen souls of aliens into volcanoes shit. It's just. But you don't have to be. Just. It's like I always say. It's the thing about What would I say to Sargon if I met him face to face? I don't know. Hello? What are you doing in my house? First of all, I wouldn't be able to go meet him face to face. First thing I'd have to do is crouch down. Right? Because let's not forget, as well as being a tubby little bastard, he's also about 5'6", and it's like I always say, Faith. The thing about non-conformists is there's so many of them, isn't there? Everyone thinks they're fucking special, Particularly on the internet, everyone's got to make a big song and dance about it, no, I'm not individual. Look, there's nothing. Look, I like lots of things that are, are mainstream and popular. I like lots of, there's no, most human beings engage in behaviour that is very similar to the fucking vast majority of others. But it's just, I'm not trying to be anything. You are what you are. I'm just you don't have to, At the end of the day, even if you meet someone who isn't who comes across as very boring and bland, you don't know what goes on. These are the, you don't know what goes on in the fucking, the darkest walled off corners of their psyche. We've all got. It doesn't matter who you are. We've all got. We've all got parts of our mind and our fucking You know, that are fucking blocked off, that no motherfuckers allowed in to see. You know, even our best friends and loved ones. You know, and you know, and that's the way it should be. What you know, who wants to be completely? You know, why would you want to? I wouldn't want to know someone who was completely legible to me. You know, right? Should we try and watch something else other than right? You know. Oh god, there was that. Was it last time I was going to watch that Shani for Christ fucking video because it was fucking God almighty. You know, next time, you know, anyone who thinks, you know, or Ornin, who's Ornin? Did you meant to? Okay, I can do Aurini, and is Aurini on YouTube? Back on YouTube yet? I love that when I type Aurini in, the first predicted search is Minecraft, and all the top videos are fucking. Oh my god, there's an Aurini re-upload channel. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, I found one video. It was him reviewing a sword, but it wasn't really. It was basically the entire video was him saying, so this is my dick right here. This is. Oh, Men of the West. That was his classic. That was his. You know, women in modern society are the biggest sluts since the fall of Rome. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yeah. Being a Man by Davis Aurini. You must have done a lot of research on that one. Ah.
Restoring the virtue of women. Now I need to start off this video.
I'm sorry, can we just laugh at that bit? Like the fact that he stands there and says the title of the video before he starts talking. I know what the title of the video is, Davis, right? It's written underneath it, right?
The message to you ladies out there.
Because they're obviously watching this fucking slaphead matter.
The fact of the matter is that women tend to identify with Team Woman far too readily. And if you're not careful, you're going to knee-jerk into that position.
What?
When I talk about generalizations about women, generalizations that are generally true, many of you women out there are going to be tempted to knee-jerk into defending Team Woman.
Teen women? Okay, this has already got fucking quite uncomfortable. Defending teen women. It's interesting that he went teen women. It's almost like he's trying to, you know.
I ask that you hold off from doing that. The particular reasons for such a temptation.
If he says the words age of and consent, I'm turning it off.
You should avoid this. We'll get to later. For now, I'd like to address the men.
All right, so ladies, get the fuck out of the room.
Men, the degeneration of women in this society is not your fault.
The fact that all women are slags, right, ain't your fault, lads. You know, because That can't be your fault because you ain't shagging any of them.
It's not your fault that 2/3 of divorces are broken apart due to frivolous reasons on the woman's behalf.
Right, that's a statistic I need to fucking look up. Okay, 2/3 divorce. No. Whereas the other third of men of divorces, the men initiate, they're all for perfectly valid reasons. I've got nothing here. There's not. I haven't found a single fucking thing that says that that even mentions women initiate more, divorce more. So So I hate to break it to you, ladies and gentlemen. It sounds like he might have made that up.
It's not your fault that women are choosing to spend their 20s pursuing the next high with a bad boy or a druggie.
Yes, 20-year-olds. Look at you, Stacey. Hey, Stacey, are you? Let's ask you, have you been having fun on the weekend?
They're at the club. 80% of them sleeping with 20% of the guys.
For a guy who literally, is friends with Rooch V, this whole criticism, Davis, even if it was valid, would ring slightly hollow.
Even if you are one of the guys who owns every book that Rooch has published.
He said Rooch. I can read this motherfucker like a book, and not a good book either. It's actually probably more like one of Roosh's books. Even if you own every one of Roosh V's fucking how to rape women fucking for dummies fucking manual, I'm sorry, but okay, it's just. He's just too easy. He recommends Roosh V's book. Bang Denmark. That's the one you want. It's the one where he doesn't get laid for 6 weeks. It's an amazing fucking book.
This day game laid quite flat. It's still not your fault. You're just giving her the option of being a whore with you.
And what's wrong with that?
She's the one that chose to be a whore in the first place. You.
But Davis, you're mixing up part of the equation here, and that is that these women, in order for them to be whores by your definition, must be shagging someone, right? So what about the men who they are shagging? Could they not? I don't know. Possibly say no. Is that not? If a woman propositions a different bloke every night, and everyone knows that. Couldn't we say there's a bit of, responsibility on the man to just say, nah, no, no.
Some other jerk. And finally,
I like the way you said she'll end up with some other jerk, which implies that you are one as well. Right.
That women are obsessed with these meaningless careers. With this meaningless consumerism, spending all of their pay.
This guy is talking about consumerism. This fucking Aesop fucking face cream looking twat. Look at him. He's the most fucking, all those CDs, David, that suit you're fucking wearing, all those skulls, those fucking collectible fucking bottles down there, all that apartment, all of this shit, fucking, this ain't consumerist, is it? What do you do for a living? You just sit there and smoke, do you? You just turn up at a place and everyone goes, right, that's it, we're leaving, you can fucking have it. It's like the opposite of a squatter's law. Like a squatter is someone who gets into someone's house, changes the locks, and legally has the right to stay there for a month without, and the owners of the house can't do anything about it. Like Orini's law is he turns up and everyone leaves.
$500 purse to compete with other women. And posting about it on social media.
Because Davis has never fucking spent any fucking elaborate. What did that fucking roll neck cost? I bet that even a roll, Nick. I bet you nicked that off your dentist, didn't you? Right. You know, you got that at the Salvation Army charity shop, didn't you?
Validate their egos. This is not your fault. Eve is the one that ate the apple. And so long.
Oh, Eve is the one that ate the apple. Who put it there, Davis? Who put it there, and who determined what eating the apple would fucking do? And that's your fucking point of reference, is it? Eve. Right. Really? You know?
If you aren't some sort of white knighting beta male Adam, this is not your fault. However, it is your problem.
How can you be a knight and a beta male? Right?
Women are not going to be the ones to fix the present day woman. They're not going to be the ones to restore virtue to her. It's up to us, men. What this all boils down to is differences.
What you need is that.
See, I see so many of you guys bemoaning the fact that women are so easy to manipulate, that they're so controlled by the media. And what this boils down to is the difference between...
Who runs and owns most of the media, Davis? That controls the women? Who's in charge of most of these, this manipulation? Who runs that? And by that, and I don't mean the Jews, no, I mean...
Brotherhood and sisterhood. Brotherhood is all about competition and hierarchy. Sisterhood is all about egalitarianism.
No, Davis. Brotherhood is where geezers fucking are related or mates, and sisterhood is where women are. Right? That's literally all it is. You fucking...
Brotherhood, masculinity, focuses upon the objective truth.
Look at this fucking want to discount fucking milk tray man here, and he's fucking looking like a fucking freshly circumcised dick with his fucking white robe. You want to talk about masculinity, you fucking... I've never... He still is. And to this day, right, and since I first saw him, he is number one. I will bet anything. I would put any amount of money, right? Any amount, anything, any fucking. I will do anything. Like, I will bet anything, right? Yeah, he's the biggest raging fucking cocksucker you've ever seen. Like, he's the gayest fucking. He's gay as a Christmas tree. This fucking geezer, and he sits there. Listen to the way he talks, right? Do you know how you do a Davis Orrini impression? Right? This is how you do a Davis Orrini impression. Right? You know that really camp sort of West Coast Californian, like, okay, everybody, hello, super over there, okay? I take that and just slow it down by like 50%, and then suddenly you have Davis Orrini. Right? And that's it. Right? This fucking limp-wristed, lisping prick.
Well, femininity focuses upon the relative truth.
Relative truth. Yeah.
And there's good reasons for this.
Is it?
We need to earn our way into the sexual market.
We need to earn our way, yeah. Yeah, how does Rush earn his way into it? Oh yeah, he gets women paralytically drunk, and so they can't barely stand up, and then he drags them like fucking Pepe Le Pew by their ankle down the street.
We need to justify the fact that we deserve to be fathers, so we compete with one another.
Because isn't that a good thing, right? Isn't that a good thing that you need to prove that you are worthy of having another human being?
In an objective setting. Women, on the other hand, they have to fight to remain part of the tribe. At the heart of each woman.
What tribe are you talking about?
It's the terror of the day that she becomes sexually worthless. Women start out beautiful, young, and fertile, and they all grow.
As opposed to you, Davis, who's fucking, you're a Highlander, aren't you? You're 3,000 fucking years old, aren't you? You're immortal.
Not an old woman on the planet that doesn't still have the heart of the 16-year-old girl she once was.
He said 16 there. He said there ain't an old woman on the planet who doesn't have the heart of the 16. He specifically said 16.
Women know this. And so while men form the hierarchy, they form the trade union.
Right. When you say men, what you really mean are nonce. I'm getting the word nonce.
Essentially, fighting against the worst of male instincts. The sort of things that you see in the black ghetto.
The black. Wow, that just came out of nowhere. That one, doesn't it? The sort of things you see in the black ghetto. I mean, you've got to admire his fucking, blunt honesty, but Jesus Christ, David.
Where the only women getting any attention are the young teenage ones.
Mm-hmm. And it's talking about teenage. That's the 4th time in this video. This video is 4 minutes in, and he's mentioned teenage girls 4 fucking times.
Who quickly become used up, worthless single mothers relying upon a government check. The union of womanhood is to preserve older women. It's saying that if you want to sleep with any woman, you're going to also have to support the older ladies.
And who wants to do that? Like, not me. Yeah.
You're going to have to support the tribe's children. And in the ancestral environment...
Davis, do you mind if I just stop you here and just ask, I just got one question. What are you talking about?
This worked quite well.
What is this shit?
But in this present day environment, what we're seeing is this relative...
I swear to Christ, if you look close enough, you can see the skull in the background. You can see his lips move down. You wanker.
Exploited. See, men, we like the objective things. We like things like math, science.
No, right? Maths. Fucking hate numbers, maths in general. What science do you like, David? What science are you into? Is it the science of mainly based around the findings and working of Joseph Mengele?
Video games. Things that are...
Video games? How are video games objective? They're completely subjective because not everybody thinks the same about them. You fucking imbecile.
Measurable. Things that are absolute.
Video games are absolute. Do you hear that, folks? Math, science, video games, rubs, Cheetos, things that,
Whereas women tend to focus on nurturing, on therapy, on fashion. Things that are...
How is fashion not objective, but video games are? Men that is a quote right there, isn't it? Men favour the objective. Math, science, Mario Kart, Pong, Have you seen the fucking geezers who play these video games? You've never seen such a bunch of fucking temperamental, overly emotional, fucking whinging little crybabies in your fucking life.
Relatively true.
And that's coming from a geezer who's 42, who recently learned how to skateboard.
The consumer culture that we have nowadays, it is so easy to manipulate women. You tell them a story with the commercial. You tell them a story...
Davis has never fallen for a single commercial. There is a guy to whom, the marketing has never penetrated that fucking 6-inch thick fucking Precambrian fucking skull of his.
About how this product is the cool new thing and everybody's doing it. And women, trying to conform, will buy that product. They'll buy the latest fashion. They'll get...
You're lecturing anyone about... Look at you, Davis. Look at you. You look like a vaudevillian fucking magician. Why do you shave your head? Why do you shave your head, Davis? Have you seen Davis with hair? Wait, is that video of him? Is there that video of him with fucking hair? Hold on. I will find. I will find it. Hold on. He made a video once with, and he let his hair grow out, and it was fucking hilarious. He looked like he'd gone into the barbers and say, "Can you give me, God, what do you want? I want the, can you give me the Nick Cage look, please?" I love that you Google Davis Aurini in hair, and you just get a load of geezers who aren't Aurini but who are bald. The lead singer of Disturbed, right? You've got Stefan Molyneux, ContraPoints there in the middle, bless her. Matt Forney, and I live in a van down by the river. Just some other random bald geezer there, fucking some other bald geezer. Just bald geezers everywhere. There's Roosh. There's Aaron Ra for some fucking reason. There's Ben MJ Chaparini. This is a fucking. That's an image I just found. 100% not racist. I'm pissed off now because that fucking there is a video somewhere. First thing that comes up when you Google it is the subreddit just neckbeard things. One of the predicted searches on Google is David Aurini normal hair. All of the photos have gone. We need to find. That is a mission. We need to find an image of Davis Aurini when he had hair. Right? Get that fucking image. NFT that shit. Right? Who wants to buy an NFT of Davis Aurini when he had hair? I love it. This is another picture that comes up when you Google David Aurini. It's like Edward Norton from American History X. It's just every bald fucking white bloke that's ever fucking existed. Well, I'll tell you, that's one thing I lost. I'd like to find was that Davis Aurini comment that he posted on Reddit once about how him going through his many accomplishments and skills and achievements in life, and it reads like it's the funniest fucking shit. It's him talking about how like he's had threesomes with every combination of man, woman, transgender, every race, ethnicity, religion, in every possible combination. He can play the saxophone, he fixes up cars, he plays banjo with his feet, he can. Davis Aurini, a racist egg. There's a post on fucking Reddit saying, does anyone have Davis Aurini's sword video? Amazing. Well, here's another quote from Davis Aurini. Teenage girls get tingles from the bloody blades of third world savages. Again, teenage girls. Yeah, just, Oh, here's a great Aurini quote. The Holocaust did not arise ex nihilo. You're going out on a limb there with that one, Davis. Yes, you're right. The Holocaust didn't just happen randomly out of nowhere for no reason. There had been these manipulative snake melon Jews. Okay, what? Snake melon? Is that like a racial epithet that I have not fucking heard of before? Snake melon Jew. Look at you, you squirrel Scotch egg gypsy. What I mean? There were these snake melon Jews who had been screwing over Europeans for centuries. When you look throughout history and you look at any time the Jews are involved with any kind of conflict or culture, the one thing that is consistent is them fucking people over and getting away with it. Oh no, wait, not that. No, it's the opposite of that, isn't it? It wasn't a majority by any means, but there were enough of them. How many, Davis? I mean, 49.9%? And Jewish enclaves protected these people. Isn't this the motherfucker who goes on about people, looking out for themselves and sticking with their own kind? And here he is, bashing, criticising Jewish people for living in enclaves and looking out for their own kind. Jewish enclaves protected these people, brought them in, and profited from their evil, eventually leading to the Holocaust. Yeah, that is the fucking inevitable. When you get a group of people who protect horrible, evil exploiters, the ultimate thing is that, oh God, we're fucked, aren't we? Men, we are fucked, aren't we? Which, believe me, I'm not apologising for the Holocaust. Right? Imagine you had to. Right, has anyone in here ever felt the need to have to say that? To say, look, I'm not apologising for the Holocaust. Well, I don't think anyone asked you to. I think you mean you're not an apologist for the Holocaust. Dave, we know you're not going to apologise for it. That's the least you've got to say sorry for. But it happened for distinct reasons. Has anyone ever argued that in the Holocaust, who saw that coming? Eh? It was a bit random, wasn't it? You know? Everything was fine, everything's going great, suddenly, bang, death camps everywhere. Bodies piled up, people, bananas in pyjamas. Does anyone ever make that argument? And by bringing these leftist Jews into the Jewish narrative, you're tempting God for another shower. That is Davis Orrini there. He's just said, by bringing leftist Jews into the Jewish narrative, you're tempting God for another shower. He's literally threatening. He's sat there I'm just saying, Don't say I didn't. I don't want to be the one to say I told you so. Don't worry, Davis, you never will be. Well, this is an interesting one. This is another quote from Davis. Heterosexual male attraction to youth and innocence, pervert. Furry otherkin, normal. Okay, nobody has ever said furries or otherkin are fucking normal. Ever. In fact, I will be the first one to stand up with you and say, furries can no. I'm just, you do what you want. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. The whole Sue Sadist thing left me with a fucking really bad image of, Davis has stated that there are only two religions, quote, belief in God and belief in the God of man. God of man, also known as Davis Orrini. Well, here's another one. He claims that only a few hundred Germans were directly involved in the Holocaust. Well, thank God for that. Imagine what they'd have done if they put some effort into it. Jesus Christ, that's a fucking... Here's a video of Davis at the gym. I don't think I can... Do you know what? I hope for both their sakes. I hope one day Davis Orrini and one day Davis Orini's at the gym and Stephen Crowder walks in wearing a skirt with a wig on, and Davis falls in love and anally rapes him in the fucking shower, and it's all caught on film. Oh, the memes, mate. I mean, let's do the biggest closet case. So definitely Orrini is number one. Crowder is probably up to second at this point. Golden One's got to be in there, but he's almost too obvious that I think he can't be. He can't be. Everyone all right? I fucking hope so, mate. About Davis Orrini. I was born in Hamilton, Ontario, but grew up in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Wow. Why Crowder? What do you mean, why Crowder? I've never seen. I know people who have been transgender for several decades who don't own as many women's clothes and makeup as him. He cannot fucking any excuse to fucking do it, and it wouldn't be. It's fine if he wants to do that, but he always does it as a way of shaming people who do it as a lifestyle. Right? That and the fact that he's an AIDS denier, that and the fact he's just one of the most rampantly homophobic fucking people on this fucking site. You know, he's a fucking AIDS denialist. You know, based on his belief that that 99.9% of fucking people who get AIDS are all gay, and that it'd be a good start. You know, and if we use the simple formula and logic that the more rampantly fucking anti-gay someone is, the more likely they are to be stuck in 7 truckers' dicks in a public toilet on a Friday night. He only does the vanity muscles, right? He wears shirt tops that are a little bit too tight for him. He has a fucking gun holster, which just makes him look like Gareth from The Office. Well, this is how Davis describes himself. Professionally, a bachelor of history. What do you mean bachelor, exactly? A Bachelor of Geographic Information Systems. What the fuck is that? And a Canadian Forces infantry veteran. My God, what fucking war would have to happen? What's the most dishonourable discharge you can have? I write science fiction. That is at least true. I play the saxophone, study philosophy and psychology, have dabbled in filmmaking. Dabbled? I like it's dabbled now, is it? And am a faithful member of the Catholic Church. Politically speaking, I'm a red Tory and a monarchist. My views are often heterodox to the mainstream opinion. You're just a prick. Okay. I'm also a strong believer in wearing hats for any occasion. Well, it's cold. He's already Canadian. He is Canadian. You've got him, Stefan Molyneux. Who else is there? Canada's done so much. Jordan Peterson. Actually, isn't Crowder's Canadian as well? There you go. There's 4 of them. Isn't Lauren Southern Canadian as well? Gavin McGuinness is Canadian, yep. Let's just Google Canadian racists and then as a Levant, yep. Yeah, we're talking about YouTubers, Andy. No, Justin Trudeau, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'd put, all politics aside, I don't think it's fair to put Trudeau in the same category as, you know. You just heard Canadian racists. Yeah. Hold on. He blacked up. Yeah, it wasn't fully black. It was only tanned. And it was in 1992. Everyone was blacked up in 92. I think I barely went out of the house wearing my full gollywog costume back in the 90s. Al Jolson was in the charts. See you later, Rick. Right, hold on. Let me pop the chat out so I can. No. Here we go. Now, I realise that Shanny for Christ is a fucking the lowest of hanging fruit. Well, I mean, lowest hanging fruit, low as you can get. But you have to, this has to be seen to be believed. This is just, I was genuinely like, my jaw dropped when I watched this, the fucking state of this. The state these fucking two are in. I'm going to subject you to it, but don't worry. It's still not as bad as the Zoo Sadist documentary. So nothing will ever be as bad as that. I hope. Anyway. Everything okay then? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I know you might have seen it, Troy, but everyone should. Yeah, particularly as who has been criticised for his, somewhat, should we say, cavalier attitude to, personal hygiene and general cleanliness. I'm going to send this fucking video to literally everyone I've lived with. I'm going to look at the fucking. Anyway, this is the story of Shani and her, her milk-fed gimp, Rev, getting evicted from their place. Now, bit of context before. One thing that's important to remember is when they get at the point where they get evicted, where they get the eviction notice, they haven't paid rent. They're living in a $3,000 a month townhouse. They haven't paid rent. They owe $20,000 in rent. But neither of them are working. They're both claiming benefits and welfare. But important context: 3 years prior to this, Rev inherited $750,000, and it's all gone. So before anyone has any fucking sympathy, or even thinks about it, having sympathy for these,
Shani. His channel will be linked down below in the description. Make sure you go and subscribe. He's a good boy. And here's the thing, ladies and gents. I've been covering Shani for roughly 2.5 to 3 years now, and in that time, I'm fairly sure even Kiwi Farms stopped covering her because she is just that much of a catastrophic calamity. Shani is difficult to cover because the moment you decide to
a lot of body mass.
She's already streamed 2 more times, and in both lives, she's managed to start fights with half of her chance, turned her back on 3 or 4 people who legitimately supported her, and probably beaten her partner with a whip. And no, that is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. All of those things have happened at one point or another. I mean, Shani, the so-called autoimmune disease suffering poor lady, managed to marathon live stream for up to, at times, for 20 hours. Again, not a joke. I think it took me something like 3 hours just to sit through an hour and a half of that. There is just that many lies and examples of immoral behavior. It's almost impressive. So now, moving forward, as previously mentioned, there is no timeline for this video. Just categorize the
time is irrelevant now.
Insanity from the eviction saga, which, to be honest, could be 3 or 4 videos alone. So on to part 2, the eviction saga.
Someone help me! Please, I just got this eviction notice that we're going to be kicked out here in the weekend, and we're losing our blood and everything at once. I need help. I don't know what to do. I'm going to get a tunnel again. My phone, they sent me a phone and it's gone. I need help. Someone help me. I worked my ass off trying to put the $50 back. That's it.
How many people asked before you worked it off?
Okay, so can someone severely get me hold of G-Man? Because I need him. I need someone.
She needs someone. Bearing in mind that as she's saying this, she's in the house. She's in her house with her husband and 2 children. But she needs G-Man. She needs somebody. Imagine getting. Can any of you imagine what would have to go wrong in your life where you find yourself going, G-Man? I need G-Man. Come on, you fucking bastard thing.
Telling him my life. That's what I just want to do.
Cheers, mate.
You know what I'm saying? We just pack up the car what we can, and we just head out to Pennsylvania. There's nothing else we can do.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Someone help me. Let's just pack everything up and go to Pennsylvania. That was quick, wasn't it? Cheers, no. Cheers, Bill. Who is this woman? Her name is Shani. Shani for Christ is her full name. Well, Shani for Christ's sake from.
We got no money. We got nothing.
No. I picked head for off. We gotta get out of this house.
By this weekend.
By this weekend.
And what is it? What day is it? It's Thursday.
Oh,
it says you will be evicted anytime.
Sniffing, snorting. Fucking.
No. It says please move the It says to Jason L. Eagles and all other persons residing, occupying, and staying on premises. The Jefferson County office is in Jefferson County Court requires a constitution eviction for these premises. This means you must move out immediately. And if you do not vacate, the sheriff's office is required by the court to enter on your your possessions. Please be aware.
Wait till you see it. They ain't
The
gonna
sheriff's office has no legal responsibility to pack your items and removal. So.
No one's going near there.
Can I say something quick?
No, Jason. Oh, that's fine. So at least she died already. Same as fucking evictions.
This is proof. This is proof right here. Okay? That the Democratic Party has done nothing to help anyone. The government has done nothing to help anyone.
20,000 in rent.
And this, ladies and gents, was the initial response
$20,000
that Shani and Rev had received after having not paid their rent for some time. Roughly $20,000 of unpaid rent. Now, despite what both of them say,
the last place I lived, in Market Hart Road, it would take me 5 years to get 20 grand back.
And had even established a payback scheme with their landlord and had subsequently not paid on time the agreed amount. This is Shani for Christ once again, despite knowing full well prior to eviction, using a situation to attempt an emotional manipulation upon her audience.
Again, $750,000
This was
gone in 3 years.
The eviction saga. Both of them had spent considerable time e-begging and desperately attempting to acquire new ways to earn. This includes live streams of up to 20 hours, and even Shani attempting to force Rev into, once again, taking part in amateur naughty
But definitely amateur.
As you can imagine, the build-up to this moment consisted of a great deal of stress for the both of them, and it really showed. One particular live stream that we shall focus on, wherein the both of them proceed to emotionally abuse each other, blackmail, verbally abuse, and Rev choosing to literally spit in Shani's face.
He doesn't spit on her, he threatens to shoot her.
The comments and even threatened to quote-unquote go postal. So before we sift through the mess of the eviction stream itself, let's watch the disgusting trailer trash mess that is Shani desperate for cash.
I'm doing this all on my own, and I need help.
On her own.
Like, if you want my shows to continue, I need financial help. And it's like every other YouTuber who decides to do this full time. They need financial help too.
Yeah, most people who do YouTube full time, Shani, they get to a point. They don't choose to. They don't just say I'm doing YouTube full time and then earn money. They get to a point where they're earning enough money that they can finally afford to go full-time, you don't just get to say, I'm full-time YouTuber now, you must give me money, you know. Not that I'm, you know, I realise there's a slight hint of hypocrisy maybe in that. But, you know, I had to go full-time, you know, I was forced, you know, through circumstance.
We don't give money to people who do edibles and stuff, but you give money to people to aid others.
Yep.
You give money for random stupid causes, not something that actually helps
Yes.
someone.
Your background is a good cause.
How many times you haters came to me asking for money and I gave you it, knowing that you hated me?
Look at your fucking guy already.
How am I scared? I'm showing you my bills. I'm showing you my bill under. So if you don't see me, you're gonna know why. You're gonna know why. You're gonna know why. It's because I didn't get the support I needed. So, like,
never mind.
There's nothing I could do. Like, you want me to do a full-time, like, 100 feet job? I can't fucking do that anymore. I'm just fucking disabled to do that. It's like I can't even stand for 5 minutes without you giving me
I can't stand for 5 minutes. I'm too disabled.
It's like I have to do this myself.
$750,000.
Because I'm just sick. And you're just sick at the last you fucking straight right? To just make a little more fucking money to survive in this world. I know about your food videos, it looks like you have plenty of money for food. I'm getting that stuff on food stamps.
Get the food stamp. I've never seen someone cry so much without tears.
I'm crying so hard.
It's remarkable.
Like nothing I do is fucking good enough.
Nope.
Nothing I do is fucking good enough. It's just like, I'm so sick of being ridiculed.
This is what we call a moment of clarity.
It's just like, can you just be happy? Can you just be happy with what I'm trying to do?
Just give me money. I'm trying to make a video. Give me money for that.
But it's not good enough if I try. It's not good enough. It's like, really fucking what?
No, you have to be good at something to get paid.
Really, boom. You're always in tremendous pain. And you really want to it. But other people giving money to people, and I have to feel guilty over receiving money from people on YouTube when everyone else does it.
Hold on. Let's lower the fucking.
I'm not gonna feel guilty over needing money. I'm not gonna feel guilty over needing money to pay my bills so I can have my family happy. I'm gonna feel guilty over that. I'm at least trying my best to work. You know, I'm even offering people, like, if you don't want to just donate to me, I'm offering making videos for you and for people. I'm offering to do that.
Make a video in which you make a salient, reasonable.
Pay me.
Debunk your own theory that the moon isn't real.
I'm willing to do anything.
She doesn't think the moon.
Anything for money. I haven't done anything for money. And I do everything in my power to try to help my family, and it's just not good enough. It's not good enough, and I need it to be good enough.
It's like she's a Munchausen case, but she's too lazy to poison her kids.
And I don't get any fucking support from anyone.
No support.
You know, I told that I'm sad. I told that I'm a loser. I get told, get a job, and it's like, I have one. And I haven't done it lately.
But the employer isn't earning you any money.
And hustling, and working.
You turn your cam on, it's not working.
Well, see, I'm going into that even more and more and more, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so what you just witnessed there was Shani acting the perpetual victim as always. I can't believe I have to point this out to a fully grown woman who is older
Very
than me.
fully grown, yeah.
But guess what, Shani? You cannot burn through $700,000 in 3 years, spending all of that money.
I don't think I could do that if I tried.
Still living in a townhouse that costs.
You gave me 700,000. I don't think I could fucking.
You just can't. Shani really is
I could die with fucking at least.
Also, Shani
at least fucking 2/3 of that still left over.
Doing things like actually learning how to make YouTube videos. She never made YouTube videos. All she ever did was live stream herself cycling, crying victims.
Cycling? I'd fucking watch that.
Her complaining that someone abused her.
Her on a bike.
So
Jesus.
the closest she ever came to making actual legit content was her cooking streams. 99.99999% of her quote-unquote content on her channel was live streams, wherein she would just sit there.
Things they spend money on is well fucking hilarious.
Opinions about celebrities, comparing herself to those celebrities in the process. The most recent one was Britney Spears. I'm not even joking. Throughout the years, in an attempt to acquire that sweet, sweet E-fame, she continuously switched sides politically and socially. Remember how this woman called me a pedo enabler one time because I didn't want to make a video about Onision? But again, she
good as raping the kids yourself.
Realised after attempting to grit super hard that the anti-O community wasn't buying her particular brand of crap. Sorry, Shani, but trying to relate to victims of abuse isn't a good strategy for acquiring subscribers. It's just not. She even stated that she would collab with Onision now. She's not against him anymore. She switched.
And even he was like, no.
She started
this shit.
The massive pro-Trumper that he is so that they didn't attract the wrong crowd. This is why she changed her channel name prior to getting the boot from YouTube to Shani for Christ, #LGBT, #BPD. She wanted to capitalize on the LGBT community and mentally ill people, instead of actually spending any of that money on getting skills, the same for Rev, by the way.
She's bisexual.
They try to ride.
Is she properly bisexual, or is she just on the I'll take anything I can get
bank channel called Jason Avocados? The last 3 years has been nothing.
They're big fans of Nick Avocado, and you think
do it by any
that's like
necessary.
That's the blueprint for your fucking entire channel. All you do is have emotional breakdowns and eat like a horse. I mean,
she can live stream for 20 hours at a time. The
difference is Nick Avocato's got some fucking. He's aware of it.
Well. It's the same with Jason, guys. But let's continue.
And he's.
I mean, imagine watching Nick Avocado and thinking, "Yeah, this is what I want to do. This is a good fucking. This is a genre I want to get into."
Maybe this is what you want. You want me to drop dead.
What?
You want to help someone who actually needs help. Who's help everyone else. You know, and that's like the most like seriously like disturbing part of this all is like I've helped all these people out that are complaining about me and calling me a scam artist. I helped them so much. I was like giving them like $500 here and there when I had the money.
And of course, there's Jesus would like
and that's another thing right there. No one asked Shani for help, yet she rolled on through to people like Foodie Beauty, dumping hundreds in super chats on her. She even offered
hundreds
to give
of
money
fucking.
She heard of my
Foodie
MS and I declined, naturally thanking her for the offer. But right there, Shani seems to think that just because she gave people money, they owe her. She thinks friends owe, ladies and gentlemen.
She probably thought she probably gave it money to these people, thinking that they would leave her alone.
Shani.
Need help. If you can't help me financially, at least pray for me.
I'll do that, yeah.
At least support me by like, getting my videos out there and telling people to subscribe.
I'll definitely pray for
something. Something, so I can have a little bit of something to survive on, just a little bit. And you don't have to pay anything. You just have to get me out there.
Who's going to watch a 20-hour live stream?
Watch me, because I put out the content. I do the work. You know, I've been on YouTube for almost fucking 20 years.
It's only been around for 10 years.
I still haven't gotten the pay that I should get from them.
Do you see what
20 years
about her streams being things like
20 years
videos too? She says dumb lies constantly. YouTube was started in 2005. until Google bought it years later.
Because I got this like tape I have to do for someone. Because, yeah, like I said, it's not like I'm offering just to take the money, but I'm offering to do other things. If you need me to.
I don't think I want those other things.
To the people who donated edibles to me, thank you. You helped me with my pain relief. You know, a lot of people are like, you should have spent that money on bills. It's like, do you realize what pain is?
Yes.
And you can't really do much when you're in fucking horrible, giant pain. You really can't. You can't function.
I mean, you don't function anyway.
You function with high fucking pain. I did.
You don't function when you're stoned,
I'm not going to function. Like, if I had a regular job and worked 8 hours on my feet, the first day I'd probably die of a heart attack.
Have you ever heard such shite in your life?
You realize that, right?
On my feet for 8 hours, I had a heart attack.
I don't move much. Well, there's a reason why I don't move much. It's extreme agonizing pain to move. It feels like I'm dragging a 1,000-pound weight every time I move.
You said it, darling, not me.
And it's not because of my weight.
No.
It's just how the fibro.
Your weight. The one thing about your weight is it's you know,
to do anything.
It doesn't feel like a weight.
And you're dragging in sheer pain doing anything, and that includes doing dishes. And cooking and cleaning and all the things you see me doing for this channel. I've been
cooking and cleaning. Remember that sentence.
I'm just hoping that this Dogecoin.
Oh, they invested in Doge. Yeah, cryptocurrency. That's a great thing to invest in, isn't it? I mean, something that
at that time,
you cannot exchange for most goods or services.
Bitcoin about 2 to 3 years before it took off.
It was longer than 2 to 3 years.
To where it was, and it's in that period with Dogecoin. That's why everyone's getting excited for it.
They probably brought some Brett King
and that's why we invested a little
BK dollars
into it, because we know when it takes off, we'll be able to support ourselves with it.
Okay, so again, perpetual victim, perpetually 15 years old. Jenny doesn't realize the amount of disabled people out there who are in huge amounts of pain daily that somehow still manage to...
Shout out to all my people in huge amounts of pain daily.
At no point did she that there are jobs where you get to sit down, office jobs, continuously lies about how trolls would get her fired before she had even...
That's what would get you fired. Yeah.
The reason why Shani would never last in any job now isn't because of us. It's not because she's in pain or because she's a big girl. It's because of that disgusting attitude of hers. She would probably end up accusing anyone who looked at her funny of harassment. I also couldn't imagine many jobs paying enough to even both of them working to cover their expenses at their house either. And now their crippling debt that they accumulated by sheer laziness. Also, the start of
9, 12, 15, 18. 7, so they haven't paid rent for 7 months.
With your mind, guys. It's about to get very spicy, very zesty.
Would you still be in your place if you hadn't paid rent for 7 months?
We were doing stocks before.
Stocks? Yeah.
I did stocks. Well, yeah, I know. I did.
What did you invest in? Oh, pumpkins. They've been going up the whole month of October.
Nothing. Yeah. Well, you're doing nothing now, so... Yeah, so shut the fuck up. I was taking care of a sick man.
But Shani, how could you take care of a sick man? You can't move.
He take care of himself. No, and 2 kids.
That's not true.
Oh, really?
That's not true.
Really? I didn't take care of you at all.
You took care of me for 1 year when I had wet brain.
That's what I was talking about.
What is wet brain? Is that a disease?
Separated because of the fucking cough.
Isn't your brain supposed to be wet?
Not on at all.
Still. I was still doing everything myself.
Not true.
Whatever.
Wet brain. Oh, it's a symptom of alcoholism. Sympathy.
Yeah. I kept you alive.
I kept you alive. That's probably why he's pissed off.
See, this is it. I'm not. No one appreciates anything I do for them. No one appreciates anything I do for them. No one appreciates anything I do.
Relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really thinking it's time for this.
Why?
Because you're dishonest and you go on this.
How am I being dishonest?
You just said you cook and clean.
You just admitted I took care of you.
And you gossip.
How am I gossiping?
This is her husband, by the way.
You just admitted
She was sick for a year and she wants fucking. It's like you're supposed to take care of each other.
Yeah, sick of being with this thing who's doing nothing but financially supporting you when you don't do anything. Yeah. Maybe it's Caitlin from Exclusive. Yeah.
Oh, Caitlin. Oh, no.
You can go be with her. I'm a psycho? Yeah. Well, I'm financially supporting everything. And working my ass off trying to do everything.
No money coming in. None.
I have to wait till the 21st.
Supporting what?
Yes, I've been getting money in here and putting it in the bills and paying them. Oh, really?
How much ad revenue would
Really?
how much?
Because I think the people who give me money know that I'm paying the bills.
$3,000 a month rent. How many? That's 3 million. That's about 3 to 4 million views.
No, he doesn't. He didn't pay those bills last month. He just gave us the money last week. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, boy.
It came from Maria.
He-Man pays the bill for it.
I'm a whore now? I'm a whore now. I'm a whore and disgusted now. Yeah. Yeah.
See, I don't know about you, dear viewer, but if I found myself in a position where I was mad at my missus
And I was calling her a whore.
have an argument with her, I'd end the live stream. But this is Shani Propriety. Everything with her has a purpose, and the purpose of showing this? Sympathy. Sympathy leads to sympathy bucks in her mind. This isn't the first time she's done this either, but again, let's continue.
Because this is all they put.
Of you.
Spent $700,000.
$700,000.
Really? All these games you bought, all this fucking stupid technology we don't
All
need.
stupid technology.
I sat on my ass cooking and cleaning for you, busting my ass off for you.
How can you bust your ass off when you fucking you can't stand up?
Nothing for 3 years.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember this later on when these two are arguing about who's been cleaning up.
I know, keep saying it. It's eventually going to come true, just like Joseph Goebbels, right?
Joseph Goebbels, yes. Joseph Goebbels, yeah. He existed.
So you're just complaining about me not doing nothing while you did nothing, and then you don't see the hypocrisy in that.
Well, his mum did die, and he got 700 grand
Well,
out
I
of it.
am doing that.
Wait.
Now am I? I'm trying my best. And I'm trying my best. What are you making? Nothing. How many jobs have you looked for? None. You haven't done anything. I've been looking for jobs. I've pointed jobs out to you even.
She pointed jobs out to him, for God's sake. She went, Joseph, hey look, there's a job over there. Get that. Why don't you get it?
I was my ass for 3 years. I was taking care of you while you were playing sick. I think he's having an affair with me with this girl named Caitlin. I think he is, because he keeps saying he wants to leave me.
He's probably having an affair with inflatable sex dolls.
And it's not good enough. Nothing I do is good enough for anyone.
Nope.
Don't waste the gas money.
Don't spend it on gas.
We don't have any more money to waste.
We can't don't spend money on fuel and food.
Where are you going? No, you can't spend the money on gas. We don't have the money. I can't get any more. No one's donating.
You get any money.
Why would you not donate
We
to
got
this?
20 yesterday. I got 20.
She got $20 yesterday. She's only got to do
The only reason.
and they owe 20,000. So they've only got to do. She only got to do one live stream,
I'm trying to keep this
$20
thing going,
a
so
day
can you help me?
for 3.5 years.
I have made some money here.
You haven't made.
You've only got $19,800,
And we have been here for a year and a half.
I just got
done nothing.
What have you done?
I gotta send you fucking bitch.
You're gonna hit me now?
Yeah. Call the cops. I want out of this relationship.
What are you gonna do, Jason? You don't even have a job. And you're gonna waste money on gas? And let me guess, you're gonna come to me for the gas money, and the cigarette money, and all the money you've been needing, like you've been doing!
cigarette money.
Most of the money went to your fucking cigarettes anyway!
Cigarettes.
Yeah, $6 a day. Times 30.
$6 a day. Okay, let's work this out.
6 times 30, you do the math.
Okay, 6 times 30. That's $180 a month. Times.
Well, at least I go somewhere where I'm appreciated.
Yeah, right.
That's $2,160 a year. Yeah, that's.
I spent all your money.
Off my fucking money.
How? What did I spend my money on?
Was he standing there? Well, he's fucking because he lives there.
That break shit, and we had to move 15 times. You spent it.
Yeah. What about all these games and all this shit you got? Yeah. What about all the big fucking car I told you not to buy?
I spent $1,000.
You spent money on Cameo Ricardo for fucking.
Stop bringing up stuff that's mine, and it was my money.
I'm not. You're bringing it up, stupid.
No, the games, you fucking whore.
You're the one who's saying I'm spending the $700,000 when it's literally you spending all the money.
No.
What did I spend the money on?
Fucking whore.
What did I spend the money on?
My money.
What did I spend the money on?
Your kid.
Oh, food.
And your fat ass.
So food.
Fucking disgusting
food.
Fat ass.
So, who's Caitlin from Exclusive?
Yeah, let's have that conversation.
A fucking woman that took my name when COVID first started because she had to call me to get in there. Asshole. You fucking asshole. Piece of shit.
You just spat at her.
Charming couple, aren't they? Spitting in his partner's face, and yes, I did amplify the sound earlier so you could hear Rev talk.
Thank God for that, because that's what I needed to.
There were a lot of streams like this throughout the eviction saga. It's just this one in particular is one of the most extreme and has the best examples. They are as bad as each other, as Shani has physically assaulted Jason on occasion in the past and does continuously aggro him, pushing him further and further, choosing to denigrate him. This is what happens when you have a mummy's boy like Rev receiving $700,000 in inheritance, and then add a woman like Shani to the mix. They wasted all of that money on what? Drugs, stupid rent prices, 2 PlayStation 5s, 4 Nintendo
2 PlayStation 5? Why would you need 2?
A brand new car on finance, expensive microphones, green screens, crap for YouTube.
Green screens? What for fuck for?
Amazon, fast food, moving house repeatedly, mini fridge, microwave in their bedroom, cameos, super chatting creators, giving away huge amounts of money, and a partridge in a pear tree, and then find themselves in a position where the stress is building up due to the crippling debt piling. Yeah, it's no surprise to me the amount of lies in these clips too. Neither of them actually look after the kids. They don't clean, as you will see shortly when we get to the house tour. They barely cooked. Neither looked.
They don't cook. They don't clean. Let me show you how they got this ring.
Nothing would happen. To Shani, everything is about control, as you'll notice throughout this video. They both expect the world to simply be given to them, to bend to their will. And it's in this video.
Well, most things Shani sits on bend. Yeah.
Whilst incredible lolcows pretty much somehow exceed the definition.
So you spit on me too?
Yeah. You deserve it.
After you fucked me yesterday.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I wish I could rip my fucking thing off after being in here.
Yeah.
It's sterile and disgusting after being in here.
Wow.
Who the fuck want to fuck me after that?
Wow.
Oh, don't worry, Rev, they won't give it.
Stop the video again, but
That is the most fucking. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's very fucking.
Do you realize how abusive you sound?
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't think he cares. I don't care. I don't care.
$100,000 on food, nothing expensive or anything, right? It was just food.
No, there were plenty of shit you spent your expenses.
On what?
Yeah.
What? Oh, I'm sorry I had to get clothes. You told me to buy that.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
You said, let's go to Sephora and I'll get you makeup. I want to spoil you.
You know, they didn't have enough.
Well, I'm not doing anything but working my ass off. Okay? Yeah, I am.
I love how she keeps going, I'm working my arse off, and then she's like, I can't work or I'll have a heart attack.
You're threatening and calling me names. Yeah, right. Well, at least I'm trying to make money. I like you. At least I'm trying to help something with my family. I like you. I probably am gonna die, Jason. God!
Why? Yourself out of men. Barely. And expecting me to be in the video too with you. I am done with you.
Who the hell wants to watch that? Seriously. It's like anti-porn.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to make money. Do you want me to not make money, Jason?
Yeah, make money sucking somebody else's dick because it's not going to be mine. I don't want to be anywhere around you.
Why? I didn't do anything to you, Jason.
I wake up 6 in the morning to you bitching on the phone to people and telling people you're pimping yourself out.
No, that's not what I was saying. I said I needed support. What are you talking about?
I'm disgusted by it.
I said I needed financial support. How is that disgusting?
Yeah, right.
It's no different from what you do. Good, you can't wait to get rid of me. Good, everyone can't wait to get rid of me. I'll never have any support or love from anyone. I'll just constantly be hurt by people, constantly be threatened, constantly be called names. And I'm just stuck here on YouTube trying to make a fucking coin. And then be told how fucking much I suck for trying to make a fucking coin when no one in this house will do anything. I do all the cleaning.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
I pay the fucking bills. I do everything I fucking can, and I've been doing it for years.
She doesn't do any cleaning, as you would have seen from the video at the start. Their house was disgusting, like a breach of a...
No.
Literal feces on the walls. Also, notice how many times she cycles during these arguments, fake crying, crocodile tears constantly.
Oh, cycling. When he said cycling, he meant cycling through emotion. I thought he meant cycling as in, like,
that was
on a bike.
Request someone made wherein they wanted to see Shani perform.
Oh, that would be fucking hysterical.
And was willing to buy that. One really can't argue for taste, in my opinion. But hey-ho, still live streaming all of this, of course.
I know you don't care. You don't care about me.
You spent all my money.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I was literally telling you stop buying this stuff when we knew the money was running out.
If your ass didn't come to me in fucking Pennsylvania from Minnesota when you pushed yourself into my life,
I pushed you in.
Yes, you did.
Jason, you always say this when we get in a fight. And then you come back and say, I'm sorry I said all these things to you. Yeah, right.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're going to say sorry again.
Yeah, you're probably going to run at me and try and punch me and beat me like you did last time.
You literally just tried to punch me.
Did you see my nose, guys? Yep. Did you see my eyes? Yep. She punched the shit out of me.
That's a lie.
Fair, mate. You did just spit on her and call her a whore. I mean...
That's a lie.
Is that a lie?
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Will you just stop this, Jason? I was asking people for money, and you turned this into this big fucking fight. And I know why. Because you're embarrassed because you haven't done anything to help your family out. So you're so ashamed that you turned your sadness and your grief into fucking anger. I'm seeing a borderline trait. I'm sorry.
Borderline. Oh, God.
You can't wait to see me on the street.
You're both
Really? I don't
borderline
think that's
something.
going to happen. Why? Why should it happen? I'm a lazy fuck. I'm trying to work. Are you? Are you? No.
Uber won't take it because my insurance is not good enough, asshole.
Then go get another job.
Yeah, fuck yourself. No, what destroyed it for me? You literally pimping yourself out. You are pimping yourself out online.
I was asked if I could do something. How am I disgusted?
You see the look on my face when I heard what you were doing? You were dead to me then. You're disgusting.
You agreed to it too.
That's what they wanted. That's what they're into.
I did not agree to it.
Well, you know what? I'm trying to make money for our family.
But $20, Jason. $20 is $20.
To you, a blowjob to you.
Repulsive. Disgusting.
Whatever. I need to pay my bills.
Are you going to pay your bills with $120? No, you're not.
I'm going to pay a bill with it.
No, you won't.
Mm-hmm. A guy
Yeah,
called
I
Bill.
will.
Disgusting. One. Repulsive.
Well, the kids have so I don't have to do this to myself.
I don't have any skills. And I fucked up in the head.
Obviously.
Yeah. No one's going to hire me. Buddy.
Then go to therapy and get on SSI.
Oh, yes. You've been on disability the whole time we were together.
I'm working on it.
You're working on being disabled.
I gotta wait for the doctor to
for these fucking years. And you can't get off your ass to get disability? You're full of shit.
I have the papers and I'm waiting for the doctor's appointment.
3 fucking years ago when you got with me.
You kept telling me not to do it. We don't need it.
Because you had
Do it.
$750,000
I have to
then.
take care of you.
God, I'm done.
You won't stop saying things when you don't mean them.
Like, I don't even want you under this roof. Get the fuck up. That's what I want.
She can't get up, Jason. She will literally have a heart attack.
No.
Because you
No. The only reason we're here is because of my credit.
well, good.
When you had none.
I have better credit than you.
Now you do, because you destroyed my credit.
I destroyed
You
your credit.
and
Really?
your children.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their children are in the house, by the way, as this is going on.
It has
Like,
nothing to do with you.
She's
getting
got like
car
a son
that
who's
you
like
can afford,
15 and another smaller child.
No.
You know,
or buying a bunch of shit.
who
you
are
don't
probably
need.
the most fucking resourceful
Whatever.
That was $1,000 worth of stuff.
Whatever.
children you've ever seen in your fucking life.
Banshee. It'll really prove your point.
Yeah, I want you out of here.
You shouldn't be driving when we don't have any gas.
If you realize
It's not that you shouldn't be
that I'm
driving,
gonna
it's that you physically can't. It
And
can't.
call someone.
Internal combustion engine.
Oh,
Jefferson County Mental Health.
I don't have a phone.
Don't have a phone.
Now, it is worth me stating that yes, I cut out huge portions of this stream.
Yeah, that went on for about
Too many
fucking
examples.
4 days. That one.
One stream alone of Shani cycling, abusive nature, as well as Rev's explosions of emotion. This wasn't the first stream like this, there were more. I'm choosing to only really sift through this one because this right here is enough in my opinion. There are examples of Shani full on dismissing Jason's psychological issues because remember guys, she's a mental health advocate. She's behaved like this for a long time, but in this stream it really
mental health, not, you know,
exemplar of their behaviour. Also, just bear in mind that the younger of the two boys, the
She's not a fucking health advocate for shit. Jesus Christ.
he would have heard all of this most likely. This was important for me to show with as much context as possible to really outline the kind of trash we're dealing with here. Now, back to the overarching points of this section, the eviction saga. You've seen how utterly immature these two are, how much they both lie and manipulate. So let's get back to the eviction stream itself.
I spent all this money.
Oh my God, those fucking
cable. The
I don't even want to cry.
all that money and we can't even use it.
Put them away. Fuck. Christ almighty.
I knew this coming for a week.
See what she had for fucking breakfast.
No, I didn't. This just showed up on my door. I didn't even go to court.
She's lying here, by the way. Here's a clip from a while back proving the opposite to be true.
There. Beautiful.
I thought, oh, she's in the corner. I thought, what the fucking hell?
Good to see you are in good spirits. Well, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen to me in the last few months. I know it's horrible. Where are you? I think the husband took it. Did he? No, he didn't. I got something from the apartment. So, I got the eviction notice. No, well, not the eviction notice. More like you need to pay us notice. So, yeah, we got that problem right here. That's okay. We'll figure it out.
Maybe she was talking about stupid technology and stupid games.
I'm the worst man in life. You know, I can do this by myself. It's not like the first time I've done shit by myself. I could do it again. You know what I mean?
See, they both knew this was coming, but again with Shani, everything is about presenting herself as the alpha victim.
I didn't even go to fucking court. There was no court. They just did it. They were supposed to go through the eviction process, and they didn't.
Well, the eviction process is this: don't pay rent for 7 months.
I
20 grand in That's the process.
And on the top it says, "Please move this weekend."
Yeah. That's ignore this. They want you to read this. Get out by the end of the weekend. By the end of the weekend, we have to go. This Thursday, we do it. Okay? We'll do it.
Where are we going?
We will pack what we can, and we'll go to PA. Fuck it. We'll go back to PA. Because my uncle will know.
Let's sell this shit. Try to anyway.
Sell this shit. Literally.
We can't pack all this stuff.
No, we won't.
You can't pack all this stuff. It's literally your possessions.
You're getting Shani. Listen to your husband. And don't look at the hate. Shani, look at me.
You don't look at the hate. Look at your husband who called you a whore, threatened to shoot you, and spat in your face earlier.
I know that. Listen to me, okay? Listen, honey.
You do me anymore.
You have to listen to me.
What?
It's Thursday. We have until Sunday to be out.
That's...
Just chill, okay?
I'm not this eviction notice. I'm supposed to be out by the weekend. We didn't even go to the fucking
angle?
We didn't even go to fucking court.
No, they just said he didn't pay the $1,000.
Oh, God, I don't need this.
Yeah.
That wasn't the way it was supposed to be.
That wasn't supposed to be.
It's like a Serbian film of vlogs, you know?
Yeah, by Sunday.
Am I okay? No, I'm not fucking okay.
How can I immerse myself?
Everyone thinks this is
I've been doing it for fucking...
Oh,
That's all I do.
Yeah, I'm not the one
It's literally my job. But this is actually I can take some joy. Now,
I know we have until Sunday.
this is sharp for it.
I ain't freaking out.
Fucking hell. Bruce Wayne's let himself go.
For nothing! I worked my ass off for nothing.
Were you going to make $20,000 to pay these people? No.
I was working.
You can't afford $20,000 in back rent. This was going to happen. You need to calm down.
I deserve this. It's karma after all the hate I put out on people. I don't put hate out on anyone. They do it to me. What are you talking about? I put hate on people.
She literally made a video laughing with two people who had made
I know it was a bad decision with the $3K a month, but we had no choice at the time.
We had no choice. We had to live in a place that was $3,000 a month. There was nowhere cheaper to live.
Let's sell all this stuff.
We literally had to live in the penthouse suite of the Shah in Dubai.
Whoever gave me that $7, thank you. Let me see who did that. I can't see it, but thank you. I didn't get evicted because I beat up my husband, idiot.
I didn't get. No, but it's quite.
I got evicted because you guys kept
saying that to make you angry, and look what happened.
Complaints and giving noise complaints to my fucking landlords because you're assholes. Whatever.
Yeah, I can't imagine why they would get noise complaints. When you see the apartment, I'm amazed it wasn't declared a fucking fucking health hazard.
Time to be okay, William.
The fucking elephant's foot in Chernobyl is fucking. It's safer to be around than anything in that fucking place.
Convince your father of it. He doesn't want to do shit.
Imagine, if you will, for a moment, that you're in your late 30s and you're a parent, and your 15-year-old son has to calm you down and is acting more responsible.
Yeah, that probably would happen if either of my children had lived.
Let that sink in. That was Shani's eldest son, guys. Let that sink in.
Let that sink in.
Of an immature cretin.
There's a basin at the door. Well, let that sink in.
Has to try and calm you down and suggest reasonable action. Pathetic, really. Now, there is more to this stream. More arguing, more Shani fake crying to try and get donations. More Rev screaming like a petulant child. More cycling from Shani and a lot more of her protesting how she didn't know this was coming. She's lying. At this point, if Shani said the sky was blue, I'd have to go outside and check. Anyway, a couple of days later, they abandoned the home, leaving behind a butt ton of very expensive stuff that could have easily sold on eBay or Facebook Marketplace.
Or, just
thousands of
trade. You could have put it somewhere.
Like microphones, cases of Magic the Gathering cards, which were in pristine condition. The game's
the only thing in the apartment was.
They took off in the Durango, which wasn't fully paid for, and left for Pennsylvania.
Durango.
You're saying we don't give
Durango Unchained.
Stuff, but you give money for people to hate others.
And now we move on to the next section of this video. Let me ask you, dear viewer watching this, a question. With $700,000, what could you do? Could you live off of that?
Lots and lots of premium
or some land? Would that be enough?
Half a dozen at a time. And
you went back to
cocaine.
Simply
cocaine and hookers, my friend.
Work life. Would you put all of it away for a rainy day?
No.
Or would you do what Shani and Rev did and manage to spend all of that in 3 years on cameos, super chats, Alienware laptops, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switches, stupid rent rates, cars and finance, fast food, games, and none of it on your own children? Also, do you have pets? How do you treat your animals? Do you give them nice bedding, feed them decent food, ensure that their cages, if they're an animal that goes in a cage of course, is nice and clean? Or do you, as Shani and Rev did, blow a cigarette smoke in their faces, never change their little
This is more depraved than that, yeah.
Live in their own filth, or heck, travel with your pets without proper carriers? Well, for this section, I called upon the great blue squid person thing, Omegon, to give his opinion.
Hello, peasants of the Irate Alex channel. It is I. Yes, it is Omegon. I'm so happy to be here to talk about somebody who, to this day, I'm still not
Don't feel sorry
sure
for
who they
them.
are. But it's
they
okay.
fucking,
Alex gave me a whole plethora of sources.
They're not.
I'm going to ignore all of those sources, thereby restricting what I do currently know.
I can't feel sorry for anyone who had $750,000, then blew it in 3 years, and then fucking.
We'll get to that in a moment. And an apartment tour, like MTV.
Oh God, there's a preview. Jesus Christ Almighty!
Of someone who is magically a lesser being to that
not the fucking young ones,
which is quite the achievement. But
you don't know where they came from. You don't know that. You don't know.
Of money, they can't help but blow it all. Because once they have that itch, they can't seem to find the restraint to not continue scratching it until they bleed out, or in this case, bleed themselves dry. So I guess we should talk about the money first, huh? $700,000. For this, I'm going to tell you a short story about me. When I was 25, I was a cell phone engineer for a company called Novo. So
I'm just going to skip to the house talk, because...
What? Absolute twats.
Thank you, Omegon.
That was
As
a good
piece
summary.
of self-defense, the reason why that rib on Discord was empty was because the video I needed him to see was no longer on YouTube, and I had to send it to him manually. So shut your face, Blue Boy. But I digress. Now it's time to move on to the house tour, the very thing that galvanized massive support from so many creators to get Shani removed from YouTube.
They probably did pee on the mattresses.
And now we move on to...
What's amazing is they've been out of the house now, and whoever owns this place has left it like this because...
House tour. It was this very video filmed not long after Shani and Rev fled their home in Colorado to PA that galvanized and motivated a lot of creators and fans alike to act against Shani and Rev. Again, I've said this a few times.
How are these people allowed to keep children?
Have two of examples of blatant
I mean, seriously.
Kids, but nothing any of us have shown.
You need a license.
Provided the necessary impact needed to get these lazy.
Yeah, but you know what? You could say the same thing about if they came from a long line of ignorance. You know what? So did the people before them. You can't just.
The house tour.
You know,
nothing was so profound.
You can't give people excuse. We all came from a long line of something. We can't help what we are. You know,
this family had been simmering in. Before I show this, I will say
you could use that fucking, that justification for literally anything.
Services have been called. The authorities are very much aware. Please, under no circumstances should anyone watching this.
It's like you need a license. You need to be evaluated before you can own a dog or a cat.
It likely
they fucking
seriously. Now that I've said that,
but kids, you can shit those things out. Look, oh my god, this is great. Grim.
When you walk in, the first smell is feces. Some scented something.
Cheetos, wet dog, and
lots
human
of,
shit.
Tobacco smell, probably something mixed with, probably something heavily mixed with, oh god, I can't think. It's weird. It smells like weed, but like really bad.
Weed, but that's piss. That's not weed, mate. That's piss.
Poop and maybe like hot rolls. It's just shit.
Dude, don't touch the duvets. Fucking put some gloves on at least.
This is. It's just.
Get fucking one of those deep sea diver suits. You need full radiation. Fucking.
Utterly destroyed. Like, I don't know if it would be cheaper to.
Am I firm on that? I don't know.
And replace it, or just.
If I am.
Well, it looks like the
couldn't help myself, could I?
On the wall. Dried up quite a bit of it.
I would say, but we can't help what we are. That was what you were saying about them,
All over the wall.
You were saying, it was almost as if they came from a long line of ignorant people. They can't help what they are. Well, if they can't, then no one can.
Animal feed.
Oh my god! I love that they've got books.
Dresser. Trash can full of stuff. Like, they don't look like they've taken the trash out in months in this particular apartment.
You just know those bags are full of just excrement. We can and we do,
Here,
but we only do it because we are inclined to. Oh my fucking god! I want Gordon Ramsay to go through that fridge.
Okay. Yeah. No. See.
I could smell. Oh god! As soon as he opened that, I could smell that from here.
Oh, this is terrible. The freezer's gross, but that refrigerator's.
Yeah, okay. That's cool, dude. I don't really care. All I'm saying is these two people are scumbags, and all of their fucking problems are brought on by themselves, and
be a kid's room of some sort.
And that's it. This is a place where they raise children.
He does have love tucked in the window.
Look at that's a child's bed. There was a child sleeping. That was their child's bed.
Again, I was paid to come in here and just take it home and get it home. So that's what I'm doing.
It's like you're going to get toxoplasmosis just walking around there. This is the worst bit. This is hold your clean.
This they've left the bathroom lights on and the vent. Here.
Shit.
It's just god awful.
Look at all of that fucking. You need Jeff Goldblum here to walk up and just go, that is one big pile of shit. And that's in the bathroom.
I gotta open these windows.
Don't open the windows. Don't pollute the fucking world outside. Everything must be contained. This is like the movie Wreck.
Oh, they don't open all the way. Oh, yeah, I gotta get out of here. Oh, I can't.
And that's in the bathroom. I mean, it's literally just running everywhere.
Smells like someone's actively still smoking right here, actually. Smells terrible. I feel like I'm getting some secondhand smoke.
Yes, but I bet it wasn't for the same reason these people are. In that they're fucking sociopathic, fucking neglectful, lazy arseholes.
To the other child's room. And I'm unsure of what actually it is that I'm smelling in here. It's like body and like cigarette.
Yes, but that's not who these people are.
I want to try to say they were.
This is what they've always been from day one.
It smells like.
Trust me, this is not the. They're not one of these people who have got like. This is it. You know.
Can a cat food just sitting open? This place. This is god awful.
Would you not, if you had the responsibility of a young child, would you not at least have changed those bed sheets, or maybe cleaned up some of the shit?
Food, trash, sink. Alright.
And what they'd say, that mattress, it wasn't just filthy, it was covered in piss. Because the child pisses the bed and they just let it dry out. And if you know anything about, kids urinate with bad urination habits, it's generally a very big red flag of abuse.
Looks like this very child's room, obviously. Just like they're never clean. There's no lights in this bathroom, but my camera's picking up enough.
Oh my god! Look at those are flies. Oh god, they're not. Oh, they are as well. They're fucking flies.
So bad. There's flies in the sink.
There's fucking flies. Even the flies have killed themselves. What do you mean intervention? They were given $750,000 to fucking get themselves sorted. If you can't get yourself sorted out with that,
there is a second house tour.
What else?
I think that it is worth showing some of this one too. So again, brace yourselves.
Okay, here's the kitchen where Shani made all of her masterpieces.
The shittest MTV cribs ever. Who lives in a house like this?
Yeah. So this is the broken piece that, it's a fly. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse than this.
They should just keep this as it is and use it as an escape room.
Refrigerator?
Yes, but dude, some people are just fucked and that's it, right? I mean, what do you want? I don't know that they haven't been attempts to. I'm not aware that. I think there's other videos about Shani, and you watch it. From what I understand, her mother has tried countless times to fucking get her sorted out and fucking get her. And she just doesn't. There's only so much you can do.
I don't know. If something dry, something spilled, they
There's only so much you can do for people.
They
You know?
didn't clean up anything.
Some people are just fucking all. Remember they were arguing earlier about, like, they were arguing on stream as to, like, I've been cleaning and I've been taking care of it. Neither of them have. They were both lying to themselves because they were just having an argument because it was on film. These people, that's demented.
Oh my god. They cost tens of thousands of dollars.
The oven's the cleanest fucking thing there.
It's fucking ridiculous.
That's not too bad.
That's more shit in the microwave.
Yeah. Here's all that coffee that they had, but Rev had to go get terrible coffee every day.
This is the kids' bathroom. Oh, what the?
I think that's for the guinea pig. It's full of shit.
Oh, it's a guinea pig. Jesus Christ.
This is the kids' bathroom?
I was like, it'll be over soon.
If you guys could help us, cash us.
This is them escaping.
Now we move on to the infamous
See ya.
road trip to PA, a journey which took several days to arrive at Rev's uncle's house. During the trip, however, well, it's Shani and Rev, isn't it? So of course they streamed a good portion of it and did what Shani and Rev do best. Act like stroppy preteens and take out their frustrations on the children and of course the audience. Blowing smoke into the cat's face, screaming at the children.
See now, fuck you for that, right away.
Oh, and Rev's sense of
abusing your fucking blowing smoke in your cat's
Rev
face.
also found out that two people had entered their former home and decided to make this massive deal about it. Again, don't take my word for it, guys. Watch for yourselves and decide.
Anyone who fucking does something like that, anyone who deliberately fucking does something to just to that
my wife. Okay. I don't like a fucking thing. Music sucks dick. Suck the snot off of the tip of my cricket fucking cunt.
Jesus, my kids.
Get off of my back. I don't want to show with your shitty fucking band. You suck, they suck. Guess what? Get fucked. I can't think of any other words to say but fuck. Don't drag our opinions. Our opinions are great. It's new school based motherfuckers I hate.
Zach finds that hilarious.
He's laughing. I won't curse no more. Sorry. That was
That's okay. That was enough. Yeah.
And all of
Got
those
pretty good
words.
flow actually.
Gavin? Is it Gavin? What is it, Gavin? You okay,
He's saying, "Let me get me out of here."
Gavin, I love you.
The Anne Frank of fucking cats. Poor bastard.
If you guys could help us, cash app us some money, that would help us get a hotel for the
Yeah,
night.
they remembered the championship belt.
Like $150 probably.
I don't know.
Something like that. Come on.
Well, you've got to take the championship belt. Those things are fucking expensive.
That would be nice. That would be nice. But yeah, we don't got money no more, Zach, so we can't do it ourselves. We're relying on others to help us out. So we'll see if we can do it. Yeah, if the folks are gracious. Otherwise, I'm just reading. I'm driving straight. Yeah. We'll do that, and that's it.
They could have spent 4 days selling that shit, that stuff that they
You
fucking.
want to scam. Yes, because in a packed car saying we need money for a night for a hotel is a scam.
Sleep in the car.
Don't say we're scamming when we're driving how many miles to Pennsylvania because we're kicked out of our fucking apartment?
In a cramped car, yes.
Excuse me, folks.
They're gonna be that dumb.
Excuse me. Yeah, exactly. That's right, Zach. What the flag?
We didn't steal something we own, stupid.
At least it's fine. Okay, the thing with the car, I'm mentioning one more time. Let me speak. I've to Chrysler Capital, and I am on lease with the car, still making payments, and they are okay with me. Now stop bringing the car up. You guys are dumb.
Are you
I
worried?
haven't got any gas still. Brev is actually like Fred Flintstone in the car.
Okay.
He's just running down the highway.
worrying about it, folks, because the guy is a Christian.
He's going to trade it in for like a mini bike,
He
fucking Dumb and Dumber.
pushed harder and maybe got her over me, but he knew that her heart is with me. Yeah. Like, we're brothers in Christ. Me and Gina are getting closer and closer. I might even get it out.
You had better hygiene even back then.
Saw there were examples of e-begging, along with the fact they took the cats in bags and not actual carriers. Hence why Gavin the cat went missing later.
So what happened to the guinea pig?
Examples of shocking language in front of the kid, telling the kid
they just let them off.
money.
The fucker just escaped.
Out there for driving away from Colorado.
I bet he fucking built his own fucking. He built a glider. Flew out the fucking window.
From when Shani found out about the house of tour videos, the moment they thought the cat was dead and ran.
I'm with you, Lars. I fucking hate him. I detest people who
the aftermath from when they had
abuse animals. You know.
And Shani was
no, it's.
What's up,
Usually I
guys?
have zero tolerance for.
Danny for Christ here. How's things going, guys? Having fun yet? Having fun?
Are there kids underneath all that shit?
Oh, I just want to let everyone know the police have been notified of someone breaking into my house. Thanks.
I don't think they broke in. But
So, yeah.
I like the fact that whoever owned that place must have put back there.
In the Covell Promenade, and
They just took a look and thought, fuck this. Burn this fucker to the
and they'll
ground.
probably arrest Alfred Mims for going into the place too. Oh, it's not my house? Well, no, it's Covell of the Promenade. You're not allowed to be in there. Congratulations. You broke into my house.
But it's not your house anymore. You've evicted. You can't fucking.
Everyone saw how disgusting a disarrayed house was when we were trying to get everything out of it that we could.
Yes.
You know, the state house,
All of that excrement on the floor. That was.
we didn't invite them in. But we leave a lot of shit. And we gotta have it. He said, yeah. The garage door at our address is open. Anybody in Colorado that's near it,
Hold on. Come on, you fucking bastard.
our address is open. Anybody in Colorado that's near it, go in and get anything you can. There's tons of
Go in. Oh, they can't go in though.
I always laugh when Shani decides to act exceptionally smug, because it usually means she's wrong, and, well, she was wrong. No one was arrested for entering their former home at all.
Right?
So she'd be getting a fucking Congressional Medal of Honor for going.
You know why my house is nasty? Because we get out and it's shock.
We just got out and we were going on the move.
Clean for a place that threw us out. Yeah, exactly.
You gotta love the attempts at deflection here. The house was filthy, with, you know, flies in sinks, crap on the floor, stuff everywhere, suspect stains on beds and walls, but sure, that's because they were on a...
You couldn't even put a black light on those mattresses. If you did, it would just, like, it's so much. You could chisel away.
My children.
The kids are underneath all of that shit at the back. They just put it on top of them.
There you go.
I mean...
You two are animals, and I'm just disgusted. Fine. Be disgusted. It's all moving, and it can be very...
Well, the last time I moved house, I just made sure, there was just poo everywhere.
I know. The kids
Should we take all the should we take all the poo? Should we take the guinea pig shit?
Question, denial, and demonic activity. I know.
Should we take all of this months of years worth of excrement on the floor?
Hey, fuck you too. You have to talk to him about being disgusting. Poor children don't know what it's like to be abused. Wow, look at this.
That poor child in the back there, thinking that everything he's experienced so far is completely normal, as his mother sits there posturing.
He's going to kill him, that kid.
Very sad. Can you imagine?
He's going to murder them. I'm calling it now.
Children to fester in such filth. It really shows the childlike mentality of Shani for Christ, doesn't it?
Hello. Dragnet broke into my house, and he's currently showed the state of the house, and it's a total wreck, and I know it is.
And here she's blaming Dragnort again. It's her usual MO to blame Drag for everything, usually.
Does she think he just collected months worth of fucking animal shit and just scattered it around the place? He go around the park with a bag.
All his fault, guys.
Did he just have months worth of food that's gone off in the fridge?
A bunch of people yell at me for my house being ransacked and being broken into. Yeah. And being told it's my fault. Can't really control, and neither can I. No. There you go. I can't. Yeah. I don't want to. It's ransacked. They fucking pulled everything out and made everything look like garbage. That's great.
Wow. I just dread to think of the struggle those two boys will have when they reach adulthood.
That?
They won't.
That?
Your child's crushed to death. Yeah.
How's Gavin?
And good for him. Am I discovering them? No.
You can get him on you.
No, I'm not discovering them. I've known about them for fucking.
Instead of putting him on the floor.
Since I pretty much started.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Gavin. Oh no. No. He didn't. No. No, honey, Gavin's okay. No.
Brilliant pairing coming up here.
Gavin okay? Honey, you need to get back on the highway. I wanted to check on him. Is he positioned? Can we go park somewhere so we're not, like, in the middle of traffic?
Keep the live stream going.
Can you fucking use your fucking head and get off the side of the goddamn road and go down and park somewhere smart? Shut the fuck up. If he's okay, I can get back on. No problem. You have the cat on your lap, you fucking idiot. If he's on that floor again, you are getting your ass beat. You hear me? Shit. Jason William Eagle. Stop this. No, I won't. You're not a mother. You don't say anything. I'm so fucking sick of it. I literally was saying something. I'm sick of it. I'm trying to pull over to see if the cat's alive, dude. Yeah, well, I don't want to.
Fortunately,
you're stupid. I'm not stupid, you fucking moron. That's what it's for, the side of the fucking highway. Yeah,
that's what it is.
Emergency.
These two have no chill.
You do not.
There's no sort of like.
Sick and tired. Excuse. And shut up. Shut your mouth. What the side of the highway's for is an emergency. You're insane.
No, it's if there's no side to the highway. It's not a highway. It's just a fucking infinite concrete plain.
Roll with your psycho. You're so mean. Yeah, whatever.
You know this entire.
I'm done with them now. I think I'm going to call it. I think I'm going to call it a day there. Anyway, it's been fun. Good night, everybody.